You know, Mitch McConnell, and I'm trying to be, I don't want to be overly disrespectful here, but many people presume him to be either brain dead or dead. There have been reports that he is comatose. We don't know for sure. But we are getting a video that is popping off on a New York Post. McConnell being seen loaded into an ambulance. There's speculation as to the reason. They want to avoid the governor potentially appointing someone the Republicans will not like, shifting the balance in the Senate. We don't know exactly what is going on, but of course, memes have been erupting all week about people claiming that they've called Mitch McConnell and he's told them beautiful things, because we also saw Scott Jennings post about this. So we'll talk about that. We also have big news that Trump's saying he's not going to sign the housing bill. Whether he does or doesn't, boys, I hope you, I hope you guys are ready for how bad things are going to get economically. It's bad now. I'm not here to sugarcoat anything or put cherries on top. It is bad. The economy is not good. Industries are all down. The housing bill, whether it's signed or not, it's about to get rough. And I think there's a real reason Trump doesn't want to sign it. And I don't think it's that he wants the SAVE Act. I think that's partially true. I think the principal reality is that when housing prices collapses, boomers are going to lose a large portion of their net worth, and there's going to be a deflationary cascade. So we will talk about all of that. Before we do, ladies and gentlemen, the Cast Brew Coffee grand opening in Martinsburg, West Virginia. You want to go, you need to go, and you've got to be a member at timcast.com in the Discord to get your tickets. Elite members, of course, you guys are getting first choice. And then, of course, all of our long-standing friends and fans that have been in the Discord for a long time, we're going to get you. But for anybody that wants to attend, it's going to be great. We're going to have some comedy sets, some performances. Ian will probably sing, whether you want him to or not. And then we're going to play some Magic the Gathering. So if you guys want to watch games of Magic, then that will be available as well. But it's going to be a great party. That's going to be Friday, July 24th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I don't know if we're planning on doing the show live from there. I think maybe not, but the idea was floated, so we will see. So definitely check that out. Become a member at timcast.com for all things supporting the show and getting our Discord community. Don't forget to also smash that like button, share the show with everyone you've ever met in your life. Joining us tonight to talk about this and everything else, we got Dean Cain.
Yes. Happy to be here.
You finally made it. It's great to have you.
Well,
we
you
made
came
it
to my town.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
That's the difference. You came to Vegas, and I live here, so happy about that. Although I'm in West Virginia all the time. It's crazy. So I am. And I'll come by the Casper launch party if I'm there.
That'd be great.
I won't be there, actually.
I think everybody already knows who you are, so you can introduce yourself anyway.
Hi, I'm Dean. How are you guys? Good to see you.
Yeah, right. I mean, how would you describe yourself these days? I know you're a famous actor. And
same way I describe myself on like my X handle. I'm a father first. I got a 26-year-old boy. He lives with me. He graduated college, moved back in with me. He and his girlfriend live with me here in Vegas. I'm a filmmaker, and I kind of do a bit of everything. You know, I used to play in the NFL. I'm an honorary ICE agent. I'm a law enforcement. I'm a sworn deputy sheriff. I am
Superman,
producer. I played Superman. I played him for a while. Yeah, so I do a lot of different things. But I would say I'm a filmmaker, and I'm a father and filmmaker.
And also joining us is the exact opposite.
Wow, thank you.
Well, you're not a father. You're not Superman.
I'm not Superman. I'm not a
You're not law enforcement. You went to jail.
I'm an expelled congressman. There you go. Holy shit, that's there you go.
There you go.
Whoops. No, but you know, it's always good to be here with you. And I'm just looking at this, and I'm going to be in DC on the 23rd for the party.
You got a party going on,
and I'm going to stop by Cast Brew. I'm not invited.
Perfect.
I'm not invited, but I'm going. I don't care. I'll just show up.
Yeah,
I'll work the front door if I don't care.
And then we'll go play blackjack.
Yeah, let's do that.
I heard you hit like the super bonus last time you came by.
So it's funny. I was so
ladies.
bored. I was so bored. I leave your studio, and I went by, just like took $1,000, and I'm like, I'm gonna go check out this casino. My first hand dealt was Lucky Ladies. My first ever time playing it too. I was like, no way. Halfway through the shoe, I hit Lucky Ladies a second time. The dealer goes like, I've dealt this game for years, never happened. I'm like, I guess it's my lucky night. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, what did you win? Like 10 grand?
No, it's what is it? It's 125 to 1, and you put a quarter there. You do the math. I don't remember.
Oh, so like just $7,000.
Yeah, $7,000 or something like that. Yeah, but first hand out of the
First
deck.
hand.
First hand out of the
And
deck.
twice in the first shoe.
Twice in the first shoe.
Get up and leave.
Well, that's what I did. I finished the shoe, and then this guy's like, "You're gonna play another shoe." I'm like, "No,
No, I'm not.
you know that. You know how this goes.
Yes.
It's like beginner's luck, and it reels you in.
That's
What
it.
is lucky ladies?
Two suited queens of
Queen of
hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the dealer has blackjack, you win 1,000 to 1.
That would have been. I mean, I've never
praying
rooted
for blackjack.
I've never rooted for a blackjack board. in
Please,
my
dealer.
life. Please,
Yeah.
dealer, do a blackjack.
That's
It's crazy.
that would be, what is it to do the math?
25,000.
No, I'm saying for the 125.
Oh, I think like 70
three-
something. I think it was 70 something or $6,000. I don't remember.
6,000?
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't remember honestly.
No,
It's chips.
no.
It's
I
chips.
don't do the math.
125. That's it's going to be 2,500 plus a quarter of that. So
Whatever it
You're
was.
like
It
close
was
to $3,000?
something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember honestly. It was in casinos. It's always chips. I don't. Do you count it as money?
Well, I played
At the
at El
end.
I played at
At
El
the end when you're at
Cortez.
the cage, right? But beforehand, it's all chips.
I played at El Cortez in Vegas, and when you're done at the table, they give you a ticket. They give you a voucher.
Oh, wow.
I love that.
Prefer that to chips.
Yeah, because then
You
I don't
can't
gotta
stop
care-
and you can't stop anywhere. And,
that's probably why big casinos don't like it. Anyway, Ian's here too.
Oh yeah. Hello everybody.
Oh, hi, Ian.
Hi George. Let's go, dude. I think by the
He's-
time you're going to be debating Destiny tonight.
Yeah.
But by the time this show airs, I think you'll actually be debating
I
Destiny
will
in real
be
time.
debating in real time.
Or it
yeah.
just happened.
On
Yeah.
what issue?
The state of the GOP is his issue, and all those issues, and I have the state of coronations of the Democratic Party. I mean,
Let's get into the news. We got from the New York Post. Mitch McConnell seen being loaded into after apparent cardiac arrest. New video shows. I don't like being mean to people when they're sick. I remember when Mitch McConnell tripped, and he trips a lot because he suffered polio when he was younger, and he's got, I'm not a fan of Mitch McConnell. I know he's done things the Republican Party really does like with, the Supreme Court several years ago.
that's the only thing I like about him, honestly.
Talk
about muscling a Supreme Court through.
I think he's the slow down there Democrats guy. I think he's holding back what younger people are hoping to accomplish in this country, and it is what it is. But it's sad to see when people are sick, and people made fun of him because he tripped and fell, and I'm like, guys, stop, dude. It's so brutal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna gloat over Ruth Bader Ginsburg dying. I can't do this stuff anymore. The celebrating of the Schadenfreude and all of these things, I'm just like, it makes me want to barf. I'm like, just get away from me, dude. I cannot like the opinions. I can think people are bad people. I can get really mad, but I'm just not interested in this, like, I don't know, gloating over the suffering of others. Well, to be fair,
That makes you a good person.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? That just makes you a human being.
really normal human being.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm right there with you. I look at all of this, and it's like people are just so lost. Their souls have been lost. Yesterday, I posted a couple of pictures with me and Marjorie Taylor Greene on X. You might as well say that I was kicking baby Jesus off the altar in the nativity set because it was the vitriol. I'm like, guys, look, you're a traitor to Trump. I'm like, no. I love President Trump. I'm here because of President Trump right now. But that doesn't negate the fact that she's my friend. We disagree. I disagree with a lot of my friends, and I think that's part of like society. But there's this purity test that you have to pass in order to even be accepted. Apparently, I mean, I got cat turds saying like, "Oh, you're whatever he said that I was dumb, retarded, whatever," and then he unfollows me. I'm like, okay, I'm not crying because he unfollowed me. I'm just like shocked that that's why he unfollowed me. Like, all right, dude, go live your life, be happy, but what are we doing? Like, we celebrate people getting hurt, we celebrate people dying now, and now we fight over who we're friends with. It's come on.
I always say this too. It's like I think the modern left is a bigger problem with vitriol, violence, threats, terrorism, of course. But I'm not gonna celebrate anybody doing it. I don't care where they are. That's just I don't think the right is the biggest problem with that kind of stuff. But there's some people that do. But Trump has his cult, and the left likes to say the Trump mega people are a cult. And it's like, no. There's culty Trump people. They're like, just no matter what Trump does, they're like, it's perfect. Trump could like slip on a banana peel and they'd be like, he did it on purpose. And it's like, oh, come on, dude. Sometimes people fall. It's not a big deal.
3D chess, right?
Yeah. The reason Trump slipped was on purpose because he was dodging a bullet. There was someone, okay, guys.
I think-
Sometimes he makes mistakes and it's okay.
When it comes to seeing people get hurt and whether or not I enjoy it, is like, is it self-defense? Did the bully attack the little kid and the little kid jujitsu'd him and knocked him on the ground and broke his shoulder? In those instances, I think the bully got what he was.
I love those moments, though.
Good for the little kid.
Yeah.
That bully will never try to do that again now. Or the thing where the Antifa guy's trying to vandalize a building and he's climbing up the side and he falls off and hits the ground. He's like, call 911, and you're like, he's got the
abolish the police.
I'm like, okay, bro, cops will be there to help you. Or when
the Antifa guy set himself on fire.
What? Who?
The Antifa guy was trying to throw him off and he set himself on
then
fire.
I'm kind of like, well, at least you had it. Like, Mitch didn't have this coming. He's just an old guy dying. You know, obviously it's sad. Same thing with Paul Pelosi. I wasn't happy.
But wait, here's
He
the
shouldn't
thing.
be driving, though.
Here's the
Quite a
point.
recent one. I was thinking about the hammer.
But here's the challenge. Here's the challenge. So a bully is yelling at some kid who says, okay, like, I'm going to defend myself. And then that bully's got a couple of friends who don't see what started the fight, don't realize the bully started the fight. So then the bully goes to swing at the kid, and the kid spins out of the way, grabs his arm, flips him over, slams him on the ground, breaks his shoulder. That bully's friends are not going, dude, that mother just broke Jim's shoulder, man. And then Jim lies, and he was like, the kid was causing me problems. And now those kids go and tell their friends, and now you've got one side. This is how the left operates, in my opinion.
I was going to say, yeah.
They're all believing that they're the aggrieved party. And then the kid who is defending himself, there's now a multi-faction conflict. So there is a clearly aggrieved party and a wrong party, but it just, here we go. Now it's going to kick off, and you got the jocks and the punk rock kids now fighting each other over it. You know, forever.
Jocks are going to win that one.
Look, bro, I have a question.
No. Let me tell you a story, dude.
Do they always win though? The jocks?
Never. They never win. You know why? The jocks aren't the guys who are going to pull out crowbars. The punk rock guys are. I saw a fight break out.
I know some jocks that'll pull out a crowbar, too.
I was going to say, I've had a John pull a crowbar on me.
The guy who played in the NFL, I've seen some crowbars in my day and some other things.
Sure, but like when you're talking about in high school and young guys, the jocks are the guys who are getting, they're either not necessarily getting good grades, but they tend to be, they're on the team, their parents are more rigid. The punk rock guys, they're not coming from, like, for the most part, I don't want to be disrespectful to every single kid because, you know, I had friends who were punk rock, but they're not coming from the Christian conservative work hard families. They're coming from the my mom works full time and my dad's not in the picture kind of families. Not all the time, calm down, guys. But I had a lot of friends like this, and there was one time where some jocks started some problems, and
But see, they started it. If you started,
but what they started was they were talking smack. They didn't make any threats like this, and the punk rock guys pulled out butterfly knives, chains, bear mace, and baseball bats. And I'm like, that's kind of my point. Like,
That's a party.
the jocks. I feel like the jocks are less likely to do that. You know
Fair
what
enough,
I
fair
mean?
enough.
They might talk smack, but you know. Anyway, the point is, you get factional conflict, and then everyone says, "I'm right and you're wrong." And after 10 years of this, no one even remembers what started the fight.
tribalism.
That's the Hatfield-McCoy. That's the story of the Hatfields and McCoys. I think they had like an intergenerational feud, and it got to the point where no one even really understood where it came from. They just knew that they hated each other, and they were supposed to hate each other.
I have something. We were talking about feeling bad for people, right? Do we feel bad for the guy who cut off his Johnson and set it on fire in his mom's garage?
What?
Just the Johnson?
Why?
Did you
I
see
heard about
this?
that.
His Johnson.
This
The
is like
rebels around.
this is
Yeah.
like 2 days ago. His penis.
He used it to
He used
set
it
his
as an
mom's
incendiary
garage on fire.
instrument. He literally cut. He
Hold on.
cut his.
I get it. I have questions.
Set it on fire and threw it in his mom's garage.
I have questions. Was this politically motivated?
I have no clue what it was. I just know that a dude cut his junk
I have a
off
question.
and set it on fire.
Did he soak it in gasoline?
I'm going to repeat myself.
Now, hold on
All I
there.
saw was a mugshot and it read, and you
It
can find
sounds
it.
like
Last I know they weren't that
it sounds
flammable. That's
like
There's
guys.
too much moisture in there.
It sounds like this woman, you know, was experiencing some feelings, and this woman was trying to be true to herself.
Oh, understood.
If there is a man and he wants to not have a Johnson,
I don't think that was the
maybe
case.
he's a woman.
I don't think that was the case.
Well, you can't
I mean,
assume.
you can't find anything better to burn than
I think
that.
you were too dug in
Paper
poker to see
nearby?
it.
It's how sexual.
It happened when you were dug into poker because it was just all over my feed.
So what happened? He went in his garage. He sliced it
No,
off.
he went into his
What
mom's
is it?
garage.
Okay, guys.
Mom's garage.
Slices it off, sets it on fire, sets the freaking garage ablaze, and gets arrested
Oh.
for it.
Jeez.
I didn't know
There's
that
a mugshot of
those
him.
were flammable.
I didn't
personally.
know that they were. That's what I
I tried to set mine on fire before, but it was a totally different project.
I thought it was a water base.
You're saying your original question was, how do we feel about it? And
Yeah,
did
like,
he have
do
it
we feel
coming?
bad for that?
But what?
No,
No,
that's like
right?
Darwin Awards stuff.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I
Darwin
stood in front
Award.
of a train and I don't know why I got hit by a train. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, I saw a video where like 3 women were taking a selfie on the tracks, and the train comes and just hits them. There's like a selfie of them smiling, and the train's about to hit them.
Yeah, that.
But you know what?
Ever feel bad for people
everything's
that hurt.
fake. Everything online's fake. All of it's fake.
Yeah, so much is. It's
Dude,
ridiculous.
it's always been fake, but it's even faker now. And
I can't even tell AI from real anymore. Sometimes I'm getting that old, and I'm like, oh wow, look at that. And then,
but it's not even too good yet. Wait till it gets really
that's
good.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's getting me sometimes.
I'm not
And then
gonna have
I'm
a
like
job.
looking at
There
this.
are,
I mean, it's crazy.
People make reaction videos to AI videos they generate. And
Of course.
And what they always do is they'll make the AI footage. What they'll do is they'll render it, and they'll make it look like, they'll edit it to put like a timestamp in it so it looks like a security camera. Then they'll film the screen so it kind of like reduces the resolution, makes it harder to tell it's AI.
Yeah.
And then it looks like security camera footage of like an Amazon driver kicking a dog or something.
Yeah.
And then they react to it.
Dude, I was hyped yesterday because I thought Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande were going to be in the American Horror Story new season. I was like dead serious because Lady Gaga's been on it before. I'm
Yeah.
like, great, they're bringing Ariana Grande on. I was like all over this, and then I started going. I went to write a comment. So I'm like, this is AI. If you're about to comment, you're excited. You're an idiot. I felt like an absolute idiot.
It's getting good.
I keep referring to it as the age of obfuscation. Like, they were in the Iron Age and in the Copper Age, and now we're in I want to be in like the Graphene Age,
Yeah,
the
the
Diamond
Graphene
Age,
Age.
the Carbon Age, but it feels more like the age of obfuscation. Like, I don't know what's going on. I can't, it's hard to tell what's real and what's not by design probably, and just by, the ultimate direction of the technology, I guess. Like, we've always been manipulated by the media. In the U.S., we had ABC, CBS, and NBC guiding us towards the war in Iraq or whatever it was controlling. But now,
How dare you forget PBS?
it's happening, and PBS and PBS. Your public endowments are being made good. That's actually a lot of private money goes into PBS. People don't know enough about that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. Now it's just like decentralized obfuscation. It's less centralized. It's more like a dude in China making an AI video to trick you in West Virginia. And
You know what videos I really like? I don't know if you've seen them. It's like this Chinese factory, and they sell Temu products, like not literal Temu products, but like cheapo Chinese versions. And it'll always start with like some Asian woman saying something racist or offensive, and then before she finishes the joke, the guy butts in and he's like, she'll be saying something like, she'll watch a video of like a street takeover, and then she'll be like, she'll say N. And then immediately the Chinese guy jumps in and he's like, neon signs are offended. Yeah, I love those videos. I'm like, I'm not going to buy anything from you, but
There's
those
that
are
one guy
funny.
who does those who is hysterical.
Yeah,
That
they're
one
really
guy,
good.
I don't know his name, but I would buy a
should
sign
look
off
it up.
him. He's great.
I think the future is there was this trend that happened for a while where, and they still do it. You'll see a woman, and there'll be a camera angle. It'll be just like this, right? So I got the mic in front of me. The camera is right in front of me, and they'll look slightly off camera, so it looks like an interview shot. And they will just start with a sentence fragment that sounds interesting. So you'll watch a clip, and it'll be her going, no, you're wrong. The truth is, women want men who are going to tell them what to do. They love it. And then it like cuts off. It's not a real podcast. It's literally just a fake room where a person pretends like they're on a podcast and pretends like they're talking to somebody to make a clip that someone will watch. But the thing is, if you think about it, why should I spend 2 hours talking to you guys when I can just point the camera at a side angle and then say a couple of things like, are you kidding me, you libtard? You actually believe that? I can't believe you actually think Trump went to prison. He never went to prison. He went to jail a couple times, but and then it goes viral and like,
Is Brian Shapiro here? You said libtard. I don't.
yeah, exactly. And they're gonna be like, and then you title it like Tim Pool smacks down libtard, but there's no person there. It's just all fake.
For the record, it's Tony Zhu. Tony Zhu is that Chinese guy
Yes.
from LC Signs who you're talking
Is
about.
that what it
He's
is?
great. Tony
He's
Zhu.
the best.
But
That dude is the
Dean,
best.
you just killed my entire.
That was driving me
That
nuts.
hair was driving me
just
nuts.
saw it,
Keep
too.
your hair in check. It was all over the table.
I was thinking, who's the long
It is.
Who's the girl with the long blonde hair?
Hey, you were talking earlier. You were kind of said it passively, like, well, now I'm not going to be out of a job. With this
AI.
Have you used it to make movies yet, or are
No.
you? What are you thinking?
You know
How
what?
are you?
There's a movie that I'm in post on right now, and there was a couple of establishing shots we didn't have, and a couple of golf shots that we didn't have. It's a golf movie, but it's kind of it's got a little bit of a magical feel to it, so it's okay to use it in a couple of these spots, and so we are using it in this film a little bit. Holy One is the name of the film.
For what? For B-roll?
So for an establishing shot and for a couple of golf balls going into holes and things like that.
I just did a project. I just got off set doing a project that they used a shoot ton of AI for B-roll. I'm like, wait, how is this? No, don't worry, it'll blend in perfectly. And I'm just like very curious to see how this.
You can do a good job when you get into post.
I really want to see what this turns out. Yeah,
I wrote a book.
Oh, you did?
I wrote
This
a book
is
last
great.
Saturday. It took about an hour or two.
This is awesome.
About an hour or two to write the book?
You
Yeah,
write music
80,000
too.
words.
You write music too, and then you
So- well,
tell
so-
AI to sync it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
My
so-
son does that too.
So
With the
I've
music.
got,
Really? It's amazing.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've got. So I like. Well, Ian and I, we both write songs. I'll take my guitar. I'll sing a song. I'll record a song that I wrote on my phone, upload it to Suno, and then hit render, and it turns it into a full production, done instantly.
It changes the vocal gender too.
Oh yeah,
It's
like,
amazing.
So I've got this fake AI artist that is it's like indie electronica. So I've written a bunch of songs and then on the acoustic guitar, but then it makes them more like modern pop kind of style. But I wrote a book. I went to Claude and I said, "Here's the premise of the book." It then I said, "Write a treatment for it." Then I probably wrote 5,000 words in total, which were more direction than anything. Fixing some mistakes, correcting some issues, realigning the story. Had it draft the chapter treatments. Then I said, "Make this happen here." I did it maybe 10 times. Once I felt like all the story beats and everything were lined up, I told it to publish the full book. It's 80,000 plus words. And then I gave it to Chris Carr, who works here. He's a copy editor and writer. So he's going to review it and fix the robot, like make it human.
Yes.
So, because my attitude was like, listen, I'm not a writer. If I actually did write this story, which I have in my mind, I need a writer to actually fix it, to like, copy edit and do all of these things anyway. So I'll just have Claude. I'll give it the story, and that's where we're at now with AI. It's
What's the subject of the book?
I've talked about it a million times, but it's a couple hundred years in the future. There's one city left. It's in the
So it's a fiction story, obviously.
Yeah. And so there's one city left, about 8 million people. The people in the city don't know why the rest of the world seems to have collapsed, but whenever they go scouting, cities are all empty. There's no sign of life. All records they find on old servers seem to end around 2077. And the gist of the story is they eventually come to... so it's these people have a general American Christian moral tradition. And there are many who believe that they are the descendants of the sinners who were not raptured, so they have to be a bit more pious. But then they come to realize, eventually they learn, human civilization migrated into facilities underground for climate control purposes, but they Neuralink themselves in. And so the idea is, as rapidly as cell phones were adopted, when Neuralink technology came out and you could rent a pod for $100 a month where you could live in a digital reality and have anything you want, more and more people started to adopt that way of life. And so they come to find that humanity never went away. They actually just migrated to digital internal universes, which ultimately leads to a conflict with the humans who never wanted to, and then the people of the city have there's like a moral crisis because they realize, in fact, they're not the descendants of the fallen and the sinners, but of the true faithful, the people who resisted the machine and stayed true to their beliefs, and then it gives them a sense of extreme righteousness, which leads to a conflict with these grotesque-looking, thin-skinned, human bald creatures that live underground.
There's a parallel to what you're saying to a book I actually read. Not identical, but very similar storyline almost. It's called The Lost Colony. Very interesting book. I mean, it's science fiction. They're in another planet though, not on Earth, but same kind of like humans in pods living virtual realities and on a continuous loop when they figure it out. So then another virtual reality starts with that virtual reality. It's
That
just
stuff always starts to hurt my brain.
it's a complicated book.
My view of it was like, it was based on, we were having these conversations about Neuralink. We asked the question quite a bit on the show, like, if you could choose to put a Neuralink in your head and then you could experience any reality you wanted, would you do
The
it?
Matrix.
But knowingly, of your own volition, would you do it?
No.
No, I wouldn't.
God,
But hold on. What if it's
Is it a permanent thing or is this
no? There's a headband at Best Buy. You go to Best Buy and they got the neural band from Elon Musk, and when you put it on, it can read and write to your brain so that it simulate your brain starts getting the signals like you are experiencing actually being a ninja fighting a dragon, And so, if you're a woman,
I have played that, by the way.
Well, in your case,
It's not all it was cracked up to be.
and then you're actually
Just reliving
Superman
the
flying
past.
around and shooting lasers.
Exactly.
I think
I would do it. Of course, I would try it as long
a
as
video
it was.
game.
Yeah, it's a video game.
It
Exactly.
sounds like heroin, though. I wonder if it'll be
It's like
that
a
video
addictive.
games are like
Bro,
heroin.
bro, bro.
Some drugs are so addictive, you do them once and you're like,
Because
never
listen-
changed forever from it. Like actually experiencing a fantasy realm as if it is real.
You
might
never leave.
Alter,
Yeah.
It'd
never-
be tough
that's
to
the
even
point.
remember that you weren't that.
That's the point of the story. When the product becomes available in the late 2070s, people start buying it, they start adopting it rapidly, just like the iPhone. Within 2 years, everybody had a smartphone touchscreen. Then facilities pop up saying, for only $100 a month, we'll take care of everything for you. It's super dirt cheap. You don't need any space.
But how do you make money if you're like in this pod?
White collar work.
Allocate part of your memory, your
No,
brain
no, it's not
capacity
even.
memory to
You're in a digital
processing
reality,
for a quantum
and they
computer.
say we need someone to do data entry. We need someone to transfer files. We need someone to manage HR. It's white collar.
And so here's the interesting part. Like I'm obviously I'm putting holes in it. Who's benefiting from all this money? I mean, if everybody's in a virtual reality with corporate, it's almost like Umbrella Corporation and Resident Evil. When you see the last movie, Mila Jovovich is actually a clone of Mila Jovovich.
I haven't seen the last one.
the
Way to go.
presumption-
Thanks, George.
Sorry, that was like 5 years ago, but okay.
I know.
The presumption in the story is that, and I don't necessarily agree, but entertaining the idea that there will be white collar and information based services, creative works. So there's still going to be money exchanged and value exchanged at some point. Like look at today. Like we make a lot of money just complaining. And if you went back 200 years and said you could be rich by sitting around a table with a bunch of guys complaining, they'd be like, "What? No, you can't. Who's gonna make your food? Who's gonna farm?" So these things change. But the conflict in the story arises because the facilities require maintenance. So periodically, every 50 or so years, or every so often, there are managers and maintenance have to come out of the digital world, and this is where the last city's been expanding over 200 years, 180 years, and then eventually it's so massive, generation after generation, that when the people who are in these facilities come out to do maintenance, they actually encounter, to them, are like the North Sentinelese. It's like 200-year-old technology, and so this leads to a conflict where we don't care about the North Sentinelese. Like we don't care to go there and interact. We ignore them, right? They're nothing
Can
to
I
us.
get a copy
couple
of the
people
book?
tried.
Can I read this?
Yeah,
I'm
I've got
very
a PDF.
curious.
Dude, when people plug into the pods like that, they're going to allocate a
want me to text it to you?
percentage of their
Please,
brain
I'm
power.
like, I
think that's
love science fiction like that.
Like where
So
the
good.
money is coming from is like people are building data centers right now for AI, but you are the data center. Your brain is part of the computational
By the way,
force.
very pro data center. I get a lot of flack for it. It brings jobs. It brings blue collar jobs. It brings tech jobs. I don't understand. People are like,
What is the problem with data center?
I
don't
have
even
no
know.
issues
I don't
with
know.
it. I mean, people are like, oh, it exhausts the grid. I'm like, it also forces government to actually do infrastructure investments. So I kind of love data centers.
What is the complaint
Communities
against it?
are sold the boogeyman of it's going to mine all the electricity and water, and it's going to leave us with droughts and power outages because you're going to be the. I'm like, it's
I don't buy that.
There's two going up by me now. That
Let's
very pro.
do this. Let's jump to the story from
Sorry.
CNBC. No. This is on point. This is on point. Trump says he won't sign housing bill, which would become law automatically. So the story that we've been getting is that Donald Trump is threatening. He said, "I'm not going to sign this housing bill. It's supposed to lower housing costs because he wants the SAVE Act passed." And it's tough. I want the SAVE Act passed a lot, but I know that the housing bill is actually going to help a lot of people and could be really, really good for the economy. If young people can now afford to buy houses. However, there's a lot of challenges with this, and I think the reason Trump really doesn't want to sign it has nothing to do, well, I shouldn't say nothing, but largely isn't about the SAVE Act, because it will become law anyway. I think Trump doesn't
Unless he
want...
vetoes it.
Then they have another session, and they've got a veto-proof majority
They
already.
do 2/3. Okay.
So he can postpone it. The thing is, this bill bans institutional investors from buying properties, which is probably the only reason houses have maintained the value they have for so long, which is bad for young people and bad for everything. But we also have another problem. There are no young people. And when this happens, it is going to be massively deflationary. So if you're holding stocks, you're cooked. But cash is king at that point.
Cash is always king.
I mean,
They're moving
it'll
into
be
gold,
a great
I heard.
buy. It'll be a great opportunity to buy for people
It will, but here's what's going to happen.
It's a great generational transfer of funds.
And
transfer of
there's
wealth.
going to be every homeowner will be underwater. It's going to be like 2008.
Every homeowner with a loan, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
If you don't
what
have a
I
loan,
mean.
you have
Mortgages.
nothing to worry about.
Oh yeah, sure. Rich people are going to be fine. I ain't sweating.
It was the same thing during
nothing.
the Great
I was gonna say,
Depression. It was all
Yeah.
those people.
I don't have have a mortgage, so I'm like, okay, I'm happy.
Like,
All the rich people in the room.
During the Great Depression, rich people got way richer because they just bought up all the crashed stocks.
Yeah.
But the
Yep.
people that had borrowed on margins and invested
But
on
it's a great
loans basically
opportunity.
got
It's a
screwed.
great buying opportunity for anybody who has any kind of cash flow. Like,
Well,
there's a lot of dry powder out there right now with youth.
This is the point.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a good opportunity for our generation and above, like below. Anybody under 40 is going to benefit from this.
But so there's going to be a massive. Understand there's going to be a lot that happens around housing. So boomers have all of their wealth and a lot of their value tied up in properties, which will get wiped out.
Great, I'm going to become the next slumlord.
But here's the thing: this is going to happen no matter what. When boomers are at the mortality shelf, so they're not 80 years old, they're starting to die. And I mean, with all due respect, I'm not trying to be morbid, but they are, because it's life expectancy. Their properties are going to be inherited by people who don't want to live in them. So you got a boomer who owns a house in Omaha. Well, his kid moved to Chicago or New York or LA. He's not going to want to move back to Omaha for the house, so what's going to happen? They're going to say the house is yours. He's going to say, what does that mean? You got to pay taxes, otherwise you're going to lose all your value. And he's going to say, let's just sell it. And now what's going to happen? Who can buy it? So by me in West Virginia, by our studio, when we first moved there, a bungalow was $200K, a 2-3 bedroom bungalow. It's 500 right now, 500,000. No one's buying those things. So you've got a boomer with a $500,000 house in Omaha. They die. It goes to the guy's son who lives in New York, and they say you need to come. And he's like, I don't have the money to fly to Omaha and take off work. It's not happening. He tells the estate manager, whoever the lawyer, can we just put it on the market? Can you get an agent and we'll sell it? And he goes, okay, let's do it. What's its value at? 500,000. Put it on the market. 2 weeks go by, no interest. Why? No one can afford to buy houses, especially that. So he says, just drop the price because I don't want to deal with the maintenance or the taxes. So they go to 450, nobody. 400, nobody. 300, nobody. 200, nobody. 150, nobody.
Well, and then that destroys the comps too, which then lowers everyone else's
Indeed.
property
Destroys
value in the neighborhood.
First of
Destroys
all,
the what?
The comps.
What's that?
Comparable offers in the market.
Oh, okay.
So
all
if you
around-
try to sell your house afterwards, you're going to go off of the last sold house on the block. But you're screwed.
But it doesn't even matter. The point is, there are no young people. The young people that we do, so Gen Alpha is non-existent. They're half the size of Gen Z. Gen Z doesn't have the money to even buy a house at $150,000. You're asking them to get $30,000 down. Gen Z is going to be like, well, I don't have that. So no one is going to buy houses. They will be worth nothing. But more importantly, this is where it gets crazy. There are not enough young people to absorb all of the houses. So boomers own, I think 80% of boomers own a house, and many own 2 or 3. Gen X, about 75% own one house. Millennials, half of millennials own one house. Gen Z, I think it's something like 7%. Wow. They are really young, though. But in your 20s, you should be buying houses. So here's what's going to happen. Millennials are going to be like, I don't need 2 houses, nor do I want to spend money on them, and they're worthless. Houses are going to collapse, and the proof is in the pudding. Look at Niigata, Japan. Have you guys seen what's going on over there?
Yeah.
They've got 10-bedroom houses for $60,000.
Yep.
Because
I need to go invest a couple.
well, there's no humans there, so you'd be buying a dead piece of real
I
estate.
don't want any humans around me. I'd be very happy. That'd be good.
It's a loss and it's a tax write-off. Don't you get it, Tim? Come
So
on.
what Japan has been doing is like we had a video. It's got 325,000 views right here just on YouTube alone, where I was talking about how Japan's desperately trying to get white American foreigners to move to Niigata and start buying up these houses because they don't have the people to buy it. So
That's what I'm saying.
He literally just volunteered.
My given name is Tanaka. I'm Japanese by birth, so a quarter Japanese.
you have citizenship?
No. But maybe I could buy it.
Your grandparents though, then yeah.
My grandparents.
Oh
certainly.
yeah, you can. I think you have birthright to Japan.
Now we're talking.
It's in the
Tanaka is
second
my given name.
generation, up to the second generation.
Yeah. Japan's. I know Korea because I'm part Korea. I'm a quarter Korean.
Dean,
and I have that with Korea because my grandmother.
Did you change your name from Tanaka?
My mom remarried when I was 4, and that's when I changed it. I was born Tanaka, and then it changed when I got a dad, because I never knew my biological father. So that was it.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Well,
but it was because he wasn't a great father type figure and was having
I could relate.
I have a brother. I guess
Mine's
a half
around,
brother.
but I can relate.
I have a half brother who is, I think, 4 months younger than me.
wow.
So yeah, there was
he was
some overlap.
clearly busy.
There was some overlap there. So I never knew that kid. But
So-
my dad from South Dakota adopted me, married my mom, adopted me at 4, and I became Cain.
God
I
bless him.
think you have a great opportunity to go buy property in Japan because
I'm going to put it in my notes here to make sure I check it out because I like Japan.
I think what's going to happen is
I like shopping in Japan.
there's going to be
I want to
So
be
good.
alone.
yeah, it's a fun place.
Quiet.
This is a very
There's-
fun place to do everything.
Yeah, I did karaoke.
Oh,
It was amazing.
Fun. Yeah, well, karaoke's better in Korea though. I was in. So I was in South Korea recently. Have you ever karaoke in South Korea?
No.
Okay. Go to South Korea and do karaoke. They karaoke hard. Stages.
All the Asian, I saw that in
Flamethrowers.
China too.
Sparkles. You name it. They're like, they hit notes and these things are AI automated. So it kind of like
helps you out?
Oh my God. It's amazing.
I need all the help I can get if I was
I
singing.
did I was in a dive bar where you were sitting shoulder to shoulder, and I did a duet with a Japanese woman singing "A Whole New World" from Aladdin.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
a big song.
That's a
Yeah,
good
yeah,
song.
yeah.
32
I thought you were
chords
going to
in
say
it.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
No,
for some
it was
reason.
amazing. She's an older Japanese woman. You know, she was Jasmine. I was Aladdin. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so when Gen Alpha is going to be in their 20s, which is I think it's like 5 years from now, maybe. So maybe 5 or 6 years because
Who's
they're like
giving birth
2012.
to Gen Alpha? Millennials and Zers?
Millennials.
Millennials.
Yeah. Well, it would be. It's supposed to be Gen Z, because if they were in their 20s, no, I guess it would be millennials actually.
So millennials are giving birth to 2 generations, essentially.
Gen Alpha ended 2012, I believe.
Okay. What's now?
Beta.
What's,
Oh, I'm sorry, Bravo.
Yeah,
Wow.
bravo.
Not beta?
Not Beta.
Beta Gen?
Yeah, no, that's it.
I think we had a beta gen already.
I think we should go
Gen
from
Bravo.
because we
My
said,
daughter
like,
is Gen Bravo.
Generation X, Generation Y, you know, but now we should go to Alpha Gen. We should put generation at the end of the because we changed back to the A. We would go through the alphabet, and then on the next iteration of the alphabet, we'll go back to Generation Alpha.
Sure.
But this will be Alpha Gen.
Anyway,
and then Beta Gen.
the point is, if there's not enough people to buy houses, there's no demand.
Well,
There's
can I
going to be
throw
a
something
high
at you?
Didn't we just
supply.
have, didn't we just have a housing shortage? Wasn't there just a...
we had
so-
a housing shortage due to mass migration.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So when you're being invaded,
As we were...
there's
But
clearly
this
going
is
to be
why
a
they
shortage.
are. The reason why the Democrats are like open the borders is because
They want to inflate population. Masses.
Well, it's there's a bunch of reasons. One of which is you can't maintain a socialist state, and I'm saying that somewhat derisively, but somewhat correctly, without bringing in labor to extract from. But the point being, we are not a capitalist country. We're called a mixed economy, so we are actually slightly more socialist than we are capitalist, and I don't think people realize this. You look at socialist versus capitalist. You can say public versus private trade based on the percentages, and based on the amount of taxes that we pay, we're slightly above 50% towards social structures and not free market structures. So in order to maintain that massive system and the entitlements, you need laborers to come in to extract value from.
I thought you just needed more pockets to, like Margaret Thatcher
pick.
famously
You-
said.
Yeah.
That's
She
exactly
did.
what it is. You need around four laborers to cover the cost of one Social Security recipient. So with Gen X now entering their AARP years, you're going to need a ton of people we don't have because Gen Alpha is so small. What happens? Social Security becomes insolvent. It can only pay out what it brings in. But now there's no people to bring in. So you're going to have 100 million Social Security recipients and 100 million young laborers. And you're going to have to tax each individual one 4 times as much to cover the costs to maintain Social Security. Or Social Security drops so far below inflation that it's meaningless. And then you're going to have a political revolt. One of my predictions on this is that they say by 2032, Social Security goes tits up.
It is insolvent.
Right.
I was there. We debated it. We talked about it. It is
So-
categorically impossible to rescue at this point.
So they're going to go to Gen Alpha and Gen Z and say, you've got to pay more in taxes. You got to do pay your fair share, right?
Pay your fair share.
Pay your fair share.
I gave a solution, a fair solution.
Cut off all entitlements and watch it.
No.
Correct?
Stop, quite literally, stop adding people to Social Security. Just let it die off. Stop
Yeah.
adding more payers. Like I said,
Yep.
refund me. My generation should be refunded.
I'd like to get refunded for that too.
Yeah, refund me. I'm okay. I don't need it.
Yeah, but then
I'll make other plans. You know,
But
Then
just
I-
go-
but
you'll
then
just go blackjack.
You're telling politicians to go to boomers who are the biggest voting bloc and most enthusiastic and say we're cutting off your benefits.
Well, no, they're not losing their benefits. Let the government.
If you're refunding,
I'm saying this in the most insane way of government spending here, but
Print the money?
if we ought to spend, subsidize it for a specific generation. And don't let anyone else subscribe to it and create a new plan.
Yeah.
So you're saying
No,
the
I
people
agree.
that are
That's
already on it keep it, but the people that have paid into it get their money back and they don't get it?
Well, they get a portion of their money back.
A
You never
portion.
get
if
your
you
money
give
back.
their
You're not
money
getting your
back, how do you pay for the remaining Social Security?
Like I just said, if government's going to subsidize something, subsidize
Okay,
this.
let's slow down.
Finish
if
it off.
you refund the money to the people who paid it,
Or pay
you're-
them their Social Security benefits as opposed to
Exactly.
refund everything.
Oh, no, and I'm not saying people who pay. Oh, sorry. Let me clear this thought
Yeah.
process out. It's not clear. If you're already a recipient and you're receiving or within 5 years of receiving, I think it's fair you stay on.
you keep paying into it.
Exactly,
Uh-huh.
right? Anyone that's below that, I'd say anyone 40 under, 50 under, you pick the goddamn
Right.
line. I don't care. Draw a line. That's how bills are made anyway. They coin toss them and then argue over it and pretend they
so
did
you're
something.
saying if you're
So let's just say the cutoff is 50. Anyone who's 50 years old or lower right now in America, you can stop paying Social Security. You'll get a partial refund of sorts
Yes.
from the government. The government will continue collecting from those above 50, paying out those who are receiving,
Right.
and so on and so forth.
You
When-
need from 16 years old to 60 4 laborers to cover one
I
recipient.
understand that.
If you stop collecting from people below 50, there's no money.
there's no money in,
So-
in the essence of collections, but I'm saying
So it's the point. You can't pay money to the boomers. They can't stay on it if you stop
can't.
collecting.
You can't, but you can stop funding foreign wars, and you can divert the money to that. You
Well,
can,
sure, a different argument.
I mean,
I think
you
the
can
argument-
stop giving foreign aid to countries who hate us, like Uganda.
No, I'm all for that.
You know, like I introduced these
right, I get it.
bills, and
This is the
nobody
addiction.
cared. So
if you tell boomers you're cutting off Social Security, you will never win an election. It's not happening. If you say
you're not cutting it for them, though.
right, if you say you can keep it, but millennials won't get it. You're not getting a vote from Gen X, millennial, or Gen Z.
I would actually vote for whoever proposed
Most people are
that.
not going to do it.
I'd say yes. Give me a
Nope.
partial refund, and I don't have to pay SSS
They're going to
anymore.
say I
Deal.
paid my whole life and they get it. And you're taking it away from me. Not happening.
You're getting a refund.
You can't refund.
You can.
Okay.
In tax
What
credits.
percentage-
You're not
Hold
giving
on.
cash. Just give them the tax credits
You
throughout
have-
the years.
you-
Break it up into
okay.
20 years.
I don't
know.
understand
We're
how you're
brainstorming.
not understanding this. If
I
I have
understand it.
$100 in my bank account that I took from you to pay him, and then I have to give you a refund, my bank account is now $0. How do I pay him?
Borrow money from the Federal
You
Reserve.
borrow money from the government. That's what I'm saying.
What
I
do you-
literally said. Tim,
What does borrow money from the government mean?
Tim, it means add to the national debt.
So
Which
you're
I'm
saying-
against.
so you're
I'm
saying-
against
you're saying
in
print
general.
money.
Print money. If you're going to print money for anything, print it for this. and finish it.
has the exact same effect, but it's
I
just
know
surreptitious.
It does. I absolutely know
So-
this.
so-
It's all fungible.
So the argument is
Our money is all fungible.
we are going.
Tim.
So the argument is we will steal the buying power from the younger generation. But they're too stupid to understand the economic system to get mad about it.
I didn't say that.
But that's the argument.
I know what you're saying. I'm not going to say those words.
would-
I'm not running for office anymore, but I'm
Listen,
just not going to say that on the record.
But this is politics. Your plan could work by going to young people and saying you're no longer going to pay into this, and but the problem is you're going to get 10 million people saying how are you paying for it? And when you say we're going to print the money, they're going to go to their constituents and say this will be hyperinflationary, and it's going to steal more than you'd pay in taxes due to inflation. This is the problem. The system needs to be stopped.
Or just let
everyone cut
anarchy
off.
start when
Shut it all down.
32 comes around.
You might
and-
be able to sell it to the younger people because if you're like, look, you're 40.
Hey, I'm
you
just
can stop
brainstorming
paying.
this here too.
Yeah,
by the
because
way,
if you're
there's
like,
no plan here. We could build on this.
rather than
it's a
put
starting point.
$100,000 over your 30-year period into this program that's going to inflate and be worth $7,000 in 40 years, you can keep that $100,000. Just keep it, or we'll and that's the argument of like vote for me, and I will make sure you don't lose $130 a month to this Social Security program that you're going to get $10 a month back from when you're 50 years from now after
If you make
inflation.
it.
Yeah, so keep
With
your
all
money
the drugs
and
they
you can
pump into
invest
our
it.
system, if you make it.
I think it's a good argument. I'd rather have that money to invest in the stock market personally. I know it's more risky, but Social Security is a dying
Put it
program.
in a Roth IRA. I don't know, dude. Like I said, that was a pitch, but Tim wanted me to deliver a ready-signed bill.
I want to see the
for him.
budget. Yeah.
I think you have
He's
to just,
like, "Where's the Office of Management?"
you have to just stop it. This is the problem we can never solve. No voting block is going to allow you to take away their entitlements, and no, the younger generations. Listen, I had these conversations for years when we've talked about the insolvency of Social Security. I have people my age being like, that's BS. They can't make me pay and then not give it to me. It's not fair. There's going to be a revolt when young people are told to give up their wealth for the boomers who had everything compared to the younger generation. And it's not, it's a little exaggerated when they say this, but it was a lot better relative to how things are now economically.
They got drafted
So
into Vietnam.
Indeed. But you had this housing market. You had people working at, Brandon was talking to me the other day, and he's like, Al Bundy owned his own house and had a stay-at-home wife as a shoes salesman at the mall.
Oh my God!
And I was
not
like,
Al Bundy.
I was like, Brandon,
Al and Peggy Bundy.
I was like, Brandon, I'm gonna tweet that. That was a good one. So credit to Brandon for that one.
Oh, is that where that came from? I saw that tweet.
Yeah, Brandon said it to me. I'm like, bro, I'm tweeting that right now.
That was great.
And I was like, it's a good point though.
And he got to insult fat women.
Yeah, and people were like, it was a joke. And they also say, yeah, but on Friends, they all lived in this apartment in New York you couldn't afford. And I'm like, no, I get it, man. The point was, this is how we saw America. That you could be so look, in the 80s, you could be a manager at a department store, not even a department store, a small discount outlet, and you had enough to support your family. You worked at Sears?
That's what I was going to say. Sears was an actual honorable job.
Yep.
Sears, Penny's, Macy's. People build lives, careers, pensions, put their kids through college working in department stores. That's gone. That's a fraud today. I mean, the only way to generate wealth in our country today really is the internet, or if you're in some really high performing white collar industry, Hollywood. But the problem is that a lot of people like to give crap to the boomers. I'm going to defend the boomers for a second. They had to work. Gen Zers want instant gratification. And that's the biggest problem with this generation, because so many go on and flick a switch and all of a sudden they're TikTok famous, or they're on OnlyFans and making millions a month, which is offensive to me.
But I think I'm curious to see where everything goes, especially with how AI and all this media stuff is happening, because like we were talking about this last night with monetizing podcasts. It's becoming impossible because of the we're in the mass theft of content phase, where copyright infringement is ubiquitous. So the only way to compete with all of the copyright infringement is to pay people to infringe your copyright effectively. So it used to be that, several years ago, people would repost clips from our show, and you'd flag and you'd be like, hey man, like, commentary is fine, but ripping it raw and then posting on your own channel, no, that's not okay. Then some smaller podcasts trying to get in the space loved it, and they said, bro, I got 5 million. Some guy uploaded my video, got 5 million views. Now that guy who got 5 million views made, he's going to make 50 grand or maybe even 100 grand. But the other person's like, well, I don't know. At least I got, all these views, and otherwise I wouldn't have gotten anything. Now there are companies that you pay to spam blast your videos. Otherwise, no one will ever see your videos. This is not a sustainable economy. It's not possible to maintain this. Sooner or later, it's going to cost more money to be a personality than being a personality pays. So even this sector is going to go tits up. I don't know what's good. Yeah, absolutely. There's some stuff we talked about with how you monetize it. Like we were saying, like we're gonna put screens on the. I actually have my brother building this right now. Small 4-inch screens that have rotating display ads on them. That way, when people clip or steal your content, we can take all of those numbers and say to the advertiser, "That's what you pay for. You pay for ubiquitous clips, and we'll have your ad in every single video, whether we wanted them to steal it or not." So that's one way you can try to monetize it. But those views are not going to be worth that much money. Because what does it really mean that someone sees a logo? It's not a direct sell. So 10 million views might pay you $1,000 at that point. But, the other issue, of course, is AI-generated content. Who's even going to want to watch a show like this when I can just click a button and say AI-generated episode where Tim and Ian argue about graphene?
It's getting to the point where there's more content that's being made than can be watched. I mean, there's a change happening. It used to,
I can't even keep up with. I watch one TV show right now because there's so many, and it's from
I hate
on
that show.
I love it.
What is it?
It's a show. It's a show about nothing.
It's a show about horror. It's just pure agonizing horror.
Oh God,
And I love
so
it.
let
that's
me-
like
let me-
real life.
Let me explain the show.
Why do you
Ian.
have to watch that?
Why would you do that
So
again?
let me say this: the show started out awesome.
It's a great show.
Not anymore.
Did you watch this last season?
I turned it off after the second episode.
I love it.
So let me explain. Let me explain. The show starts with a family. There's a downed tree in the road, and they have to turn around. And when they do, it brings them to this small town, and they can't. They try to leave.
I like it.
They can't find their way out. They keep driving and they loop back around.
Cool.
They ask for directions. They're given directions, but no matter what they do, they keep ending up back in the town.
I've seen it before.
And then they learn once you're in the town, you're trapped.
Okay.
And if you don't come inside before nightfall, these creepy people start walking around and they'll knock on your door asking to come in, and they're demons. They'll kill you. They're monsters. Initially, it's like, what
so
a cool show.
I love it.
And instead of being like, let's develop the lore and make a show, instead what they do is the main character will be like, he'll hear a noise and he'll walk in the woods and he'll go like this, and then you'll see like a little kid in the woods go hee, and he'll go oh, and then he'll run in the woods, and then there'll be like a giraffe doll, and he'll go, what's happening? And then all of a sudden, like, you'll see a kid run past and he'll go oh, and then he'll find a vase on the ground and go oh, and then the episode ends, and you're like,
yeah, no,
the
no.
hell?
and then the next episode they don't
Don't even
address
talk
it.
about it.
Yep.
Yeah, look,
Like the music box in the light. Like, bro,
I love it.
I
It's a
turned
good
it off.
setup.
I love it.
It was a good
Honestly,
setup.
it's horror, so for me, it's horror. So I'm
There
hooked.
was
It's got that
the
Brigadoon
first episode was
energy.
great.
I like that.
Because there's two different factions. There's one group of hippies that live in a big house, and then there's the people in the town
hippies.
who have like a sheriff who's like, here's what we got to do. And they got into a fight, so they moved off and live in this different house, and they kind of get along but don't. And the politics of it was interesting. But then it's just like,
They merge eventually. They
yeah,
merge,
I know. He finds a music box, and he's like, oh, and then like, it's just fake. It's called a mystery box show, where every episode ends on a nonsense cliffhanger,
garbage.
and the next episode they don't address it.
No.
Oh, wow.
That was how Lost was for me.
It's
I stopped
exactly
watching
lost. That's why it's called From. It's
Oh.
meaningless.
Never watched either.
Oh, you know what the worst
really
is?
good.
I never watched
You know
Lost.
what was
Great
that?
cast too. I like the cast.
What was that show that no one will shut up about on Apple TV, where they split their personalities?
Thank God I haven't seen it.
Severance.
I
What
gotta
an
know either.
awful show.
I try to watch it,
Never
and the
watched
clips
it.
You know,
are
look,
just.
I'm gonna say this,
I want
guys.
to not be. What were you gonna say?
Severance is the same. It's a mystery about it's the one where you can separate your work life from your personal life. So your work self just wakes up at work infinitely. When they're like, okay, I'm leaving work, they go in an elevator, and then instantly the elevator opens up and they're back at work again. Because as soon as they leave the elevator, their work self, their personality gets locked away, and so it creates two distinct personalities. The premise is good, but the
Good
show
premise, yeah.
it's a mystery box
The
show.
only thing-
they're, like, real quick, they're walking down the hall and she finds a room full of goats, and she's like, whoa, and then it's like, that was nothing. We just meaningless nonsense. I hate this stuff. And
I don't know.
people love it.
Production companies are struggling to engage at least my attention. Like it's either so bizarre or so simple. Like the last movie I watched, produced by one of these streamers that I really liked, was Apple, and it was The Gorge with Anya Taylor-Joy. Well, she's first of all phenomenal. If you watched Queen's Gambit, did you watch that?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
You know, it was too unrealistic for me to watch a woman win at chess, so I couldn't do it.
I just personally loved it, and I just love what she does, and Apple TV did that, but all these other streamers are really struggling with anything engaging, and I think you're right. AI is pretty soon going to start making movies.
It's going to be scary.
Bro.
From my perspective, it's the video games are so much more interesting because they're interactive, and games they've gotten to the point where they're like movies now. So
Stop
rather
trying to
than
make
much
video
so.
games happening.
watch a movie, I'd rather play a movie. Like, and so I don't.
Really?
It's got to be a
lot of
movie's
people-
got to be really good, and only if I'm eating, and I'll put on even gameplay footage of a cinematic game or something or a game, and I'd rather watch the game than watch a movie. But like I mean, Dean, you're the expert at the table of movie making.
Apparently not. I'm listening to all this stuff. I'm like, wow, I haven't seen any.
Like, are you going? What are you doing with like the interactive multimedia?
Well, so I look at the younger generation. My son is 26. His girlfriend's 23. You know, they play a lot of video games. She watches like Friends and reruns of Friends and reruns of what is the one where they talk all the Gilmore Girls and stuff like
Not
that.
Sex
I'll
and
see
the
those
City?
things. Sex in the City. She'll watch those things and stuff like that, which I can't watch.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. But yeah, she'll watch those things. My son and I will just watch a movie every now and again. But he's a big tech head. He's a video game guy. Plays Apex Legends and things like that all the time. He kind of switches from game to game to game. But that's what they're doing now. There's no like, oh, there's the big blockbuster movie, everyone's going to go see it. There's none of that. I don't hear that anymore because everything we have. I mean, in my house here in Vegas, we have a huge theater. It's 6 times the size of this room, and it blasts. I'm not going to a theater unless I have to. So I'll sit and watch it at home.
For those of us who don't have a theater room, I do go to the movies.
Don't?
I don't.
Wow.
No, I don't. I opted for family room, living room, and actual office space. So I didn't make a theater room. Yeah, I only have 2,800 square feet to work with.
And dude,
I got
Really? That's so small.
It is small.
I'm kidding. It is small for how many people?
2. It's a
actually
very
pretty
small
big.
house.
It's a good size, though.
It's a very
Yeah.
small house. Okay, I have a macaw.
I think-
so I need that
I need some
dedicated
extra
space for
space.
the macaw.
Bro, my
It's
house
like-
is 1,500 square feet.
flying area.
Huh?
My house is like 1,500 square feet.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. I want.
You know,
bigger.
my house when we were in Jersey was 3,500, and I don't know. I don't
We're
really
looking.
know.
We're looking in
I've got an
Orlando
ex-
now.
I've got my wife and my baby, and we have a 3-bedroom. So
Really?
it's like
in 1,500 square feet.
yeah.
So it's a living room combo, like kitchen, like open space, open concept.
Well, I guess kind of yeah.
No, I actually like that colonial structure. Separate rooms.
I like the big ones. But
You
I
like
got,
the-
I
you
got
like
a
the big
6,500 square foot
No,
house.
Shush.
Well, let me just stress to be fair, like the old studio we had, the big house is 10,000 square feet.
Yeah.
But I don't want to live in that.
That's too much.
I lived there
Yeah.
for 4 years in that house. It was crazy.
And
dude.
it-
I visited 7% of the house every day. There was
But
93% of the house was
the worst thing was that
untouched every day.
Ian
It
would
was
get
crazy.
lost periodically for days
On purpose.
Actually,
I
he'd
would
be
cry.
walking around the
I would-
house and he couldn't find his way back. It
I
was
would
so
roll
big.
around on the
Almost
ground.
feels like Backrooms. That
You know what I love
awful
doing.
movie that just like went viral.
Another one I don't know.
I heard it was
Right.
really bad actually.
I did not like it.
No, I hated it so much.
I hated it so much. But then Obsession. Oh, by the way, if we're
Obsession's
talking
great.
movies, did you see Obsession?
No.
Did you hear about Obsession?
Yes.
My son and his girlfriend
Okay.
did. They
So,
loved it. So
talk
They-
about-
I mean, they were
So
disturbed.
is it a little long?
A YouTube, but who cares? A YouTube editor, like video editor, produces, directs a movie with $900,000 of a budget, and the
First of all,
box.
how do you get 900 grand to do that with that? Wow.
Not just that, the box office turned out to be over $200 million.
that's
It's a great movie.
He's not getting all that money, by the way. Distributors are taking an absolute ton of it, as the theater
for sure.
people are.
What do you think
all
he's
I know is
seeing from
that
it?
the one
he'll
thing
see a lot
that
of
the
it.
one
He'll see
thing
a
that I
good
saw
amount,
WME put out, I think it was WME or CCA, I don't remember. Somebody put out that all the actors like did this movie with like old Hollywood contract styles that they get paid in success back end.
Yeah,
Those
that's
guys-
the smartest thing in the world.
Those guys are
God bless him.
rolling. All
God
no
bless
name
him.
actors.
You know what I like
That
doing?
girl's getting a lot of heat though now. That girl
Is she?
yeah.
Navarrete?
No, not a lot of heat in
Yeah.
as terms of being very hot, if you will.
She's
they're
so
trying to
hot.
capture her.
She's not. The kid is actually a good-looking kid too. So I think they're both
just good
gonna-
actors, and they
Yeah,
do a
they're
good
good
job.
actors.
The movie drags a little bit. It was longer than it needed to be.
I disagree. I thought it was perfect.
It got its point across at like an hour and 20 minutes.
So you say the additional 30 minutes was just like, eh.
Yeah, because you're like, I understand what's happening already. Either escalate or resolve it.
The end was just bizarre. The end was bizarre.
I think what they didn't do enough of was the woman needed to freak out more. So
I personally think she freaked out perfectly in every instance.
I didn't say it wasn't a good freak out. I said we needed more of it.
No, okay.
Like when she grabs the bottle and bashes herself in the face. We needed more of that.
Yeah, I guess.
We needed to really disturb the main character, in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, the movie succeeded, so who am I, right? I'm just saying my thoughts on what I would have enjoyed. So, spoiler alert, the movie's been out for a long enough time. You know what it's about, right?
I do.
I'm going to leave the room. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
I'm also going to go to the bathroom. It's not
All
personal.
right. So he's
gonna go change his diaper.
He likes this girl, but she's friend zoned him, and he's gonna say he likes her, whatever. She loses her crystal, so he goes to a crystal shop to buy her something. He buys her a little wishing stick, but then he doesn't have the courage to talk to her, so she leaves, and he says, I cracks it open. And I wish she loved me.
I saw that in the trailer.
Yeah.
And
I wish she loved me more than anything in the world.
She basically gets possessed.
Yeah.
But periodically has moments of
lucidity. Oh, wow, wow.
And so she's at a party. She's like, "It's not me." And she grabs a bottle, starts bashing herself in the face.
Oh,
She's
wow.
essentially trying to
okay.
evict the
Get it
entity
out.
out of her. And
Yeah.
Oh, all
it's
right.
pretty.
we needed that to escalate.
I was like, I like that. I like that's interesting.
And then
Because I get the fact when she's like, "I love you so much, I love
It
you."
was
I get
so.
that.
Look, I thought the best scene for me was a restaurant when
No. Yeah, I saw that clip and I was like,
that
I
was.
think I dated
oh,
girls
you when he
like
was eating
that.
the cat?
No. When they were in the restaurant, it's the
He asked
very
about
beginning.
was your dad
Was your dad
really
really
have cancer or something
It's
like
like, no. And
No,
she
we're
does
not
this
going to do
crazy-
this now. We're not doing this.
Oh, that was
We were
so
having a
real
good time.
life.
Nice date.
Yeah.
That was,
Hey, man, I've seen that. So that thing went down.
That's what I said. I have
seen
lived that.
That scared the
He ate the
crap
cat
out
at
of
work,
me.
not at the diner.
Yeah. I was just like, I've lived this. I'm like, this is actually interesting.
I've seen that happen. I've seen that flip.
So I thought that was great. Look, movies are definitely the industry is going to suffer, especially when you have George Santos now going to cast calls. You know it's bad. Oh yeah, I've done a few auditions. I just worked on a project and I'm waiting for a callback. So fingers crossed for a first scripted role. So I think that'd be so fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I am so excited about it. Like,
We'll
my
see.
agents are
We'll-
doing
we'll
a good
see,
job
like, one of the things.
Until they're not.
until they're not right.
So there's people. Let's start here. Netflix released season 2 of Avatar, The Last Airbender. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about
I
it.
love
but
the
haven't heard
cartoon.
a
I
word.
never watched the.
the show's miserably bad. They've ruined.
The cartoon was great.
The cartoons was legendary writing, like some of
Yeah.
the best writing ever. And
Not as good as Dragon Ball Z.
the writing of Avatar is substantially better than
You
Dragon.
think so?
Yeah, you can't. Is
No.
that a joke?
I can't.
Dragon Ball Z might have the worst writing
I
of
don't think
any
so.
show
Majin
ever.
Buu was probably one of the best parts of that show for me. Fat Majin Buu eating the whole world. Do you remember this?
Dragon,
No, I got nothing on
Dragon
that.
Ball, Dragon Ball had writing, but Dragon Ball Z was on Akira Toriyama as like, bad guy shows up, they fight.
I loved it.
Two seasons of the same fight over 20 minutes,
I love
and
it.
then the bad guy becomes a good guy for some reason. It's like, okay, that's all it is.
So then you're gonna hate this. Growing up, my favorite I had two very favorite cartoons:
Sailor Moon?
Scooby-Doo and Sailor Moon.
I knew it was going to be Sailor Moon.
I've never even heard
Don't
of
you
Sailor
love?
Moon.
Don't you
Moon
love
is
how
the-
Tuxedo Mask never did anything?
Never.
He'd
And he
show
was-
up and throw a rose and then just
Sailor
leave.
Moon is a bunch of like chicks. It's Japanese. It's traditional
anime?
Japanese anime cartoon. It's just so good. It's like it's just so good.
Sailor
So Sailor
Moon.
Moon is a magical girl, and she has a team of Sailor Scouts, and they fight the evil from the Negaverse.
Yeah, from the and they're
Negaverse.
Yeah,
Negaverse.
Negaverse. Yeah, and they all represent planets essentially.
yeah.
Sailor Moon, Sailor
Mars.
Jupiter, Mars. It's like
And there's
it's
a
so cool.
guy named Tuxedo Mask
Who does
and-
nothing.
And you can imagine he's a guy in a tuxedo with a mask,
And a
he
cape. And a cape.
he
And a
shows
top
up.
hat.
Capes are
like-
important. Let me just throw
there's
it
like a
out there.
fight breaking out, right? And then all of a sudden, a rose flies there and sticks in the ground, and they look up. It's Tuxedo Mask, and then he leaves. Like, what is he doing?
There's nothing. Do they keep fighting?
No, they keep fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, the chicks duke it out with the bad guys.
Tuxedo
Sailor
Mask.
Moon and Scooby Doo were really my jam.
Oh, I hate
Scooby-Doo, I
Scooby-Doo.
get.
No,
Scooby-Doo was
Scooby-Doo
great. I was
is
scared of
miserable.
Scooby-Doo as a kid, though. Like the old, like early '70s cartoon Scooby-Doos.
When they made it a little scary. And
Yeah, they
figured
had
the
no
man in the mask
problem on
was.
scary kids back then, I guess, because it was scary. There were some of them
don't
that
like
were.
it.
I grew up with Bugs Bunny, man. That was amazing.
I could not stand.
I love Bugs
hate
Bunny.
that
I
rabbit. That
can't-
Brooklynite rabbit is a menace to society. I'm from Queens, so
Well,
understand.
so really-
No, I like
I
when I was a
cannot
kid.
stand that rabbit.
I like Justice League, Batman the Animated Series,
Justice League or League of Justice?
Justice League.
Okay.
What?
Well, no. Remember the first version of Justice League?
No,
When the League of Doom would assemble in like
the Legion of Doom,
The Legion of Doom, yeah, would assemble in that weird like
and the skull would rise from the swamp.
yeah from the swamp. So that I like that version.
You know, I just want to say this: like, the comic book writers are like, "What are the villains going to do? They're going to work out of a skull in a swamp."
Yeah.
and it's like, bro, Lex Luthor's a billionaire. He's got a penthouse skyscraper. He's going to have champagne and turn the TV on. He's not going to go to a swamp.
I like that version.
And if
I
you
like
want
that version too myself.
swamp, because they're like, it looks gross.
I just like that version.
Evil people go to swamps. I guess it's true because it's all related to DC. So. No, I'm saying like the trope comes from somewhere.
Who would be Lex Luthor today in society?
Zuckerberg, maybe.
You think Zuckerberg?
Not Bezos?
Not Bezos?
He just looks like him.
Yeah,
I don't. He doesn't act
Bezos
like him.
is pretty good.
He looks perfect.
It was a pretty
I
good
mean,
Lex.
and if we're
Coming
talking-
from a guy who played his nemesis, I would say that Bezos and I went to college together. Actually,
Oh, really?
He
Oh,
was
wow.
a couple years ahead of me.
Here's what I'll say.
Do you ever feel regret being like, oh,
I
like,
wish I'd go back there and be like, hey, Jeff, how are you? Nice to meet you. Let me help you out a little bit. If you ever have a company you need anything else,
Let me get on the ground
were you,
floor,
Were
buddy.
you a jock
Exactly.
and was he one of the dorky kids?
I don't know what he was. He was 2 years ahead of me, but I was definitely a jock. Yeah.
There you go.
Well,
But
I played 3 sports.
I think
Princeton, so-
Bezos fits the bill. Elon fits the bank account for Lex
He
Luthor.
only looks like him because he probably sits around and
Could you
thinks
imagine?
like, I cannot become Lex Luthor. I look just like him. I cannot let myself become that guy. He probably thinks that.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm
It's
like,
pretty
I mean,
good.
he has spaceships going to space too. So
you know, well, it just depends on like. There's so many versions of Lex.
I like fucked up Lex.
I like.
Oh, there it goes.
I don't
Sorry.
like the
Oh, you're good.
James Gunn's Lex Luthor, where I actually think it's a bad casting. Nicholas Hoult was not a great casting choice, but he does really well. I love that.
You
scene.
don't like the Nicholas Hoult casting?
No,
He's a good actor. Very
he's
good
a great
actor.
actor.
I think he's a great actor.
But I love the writing when Superman says, "What does he say? Like you're jealous or something?" And Lex is like, "No, like duh." Of course I am. You just have these things. I love that Lex is self-aware in this. But the Lex that I prefer is the Bezos type Lex. Like Lex Luthor, the good Lex. So you know, like the original Lex is just a lanky businessman. The version that I've liked is when they depict him as someone who exercises, works out. He's narcissistic. He's arrogant, extremely wealthy.
God,
but
you'd love our Lex Luthor, John Shea. That's exactly who he was.
smart, capable,
Debonair.
physically fit.
What's the Christopher
Fit
Reeves?
from Lois and
Well, who
Clark?
was the Christopher
Reeves was, if Lois and
who
Clark
was
was
the
exactly what you're describing.
Who's the
but
Lex Luthor
it was
for
Gene
Christopher?
Hackman.
Gene Hackman.
yeah.
I think that was the best Lex Luthor.
He was fun.
The Lois and Clark was great.
Yeah, he
I
was
thought
a
that
great
show was
Lex
good.
Luthor. John Shea did a
We
great
used to
job.
watch
He's a
that.
billionaire. He was debonair. He was almost going to marry Lois Lane at one point in time.
Wow.
He challenged himself with like Indian guys would come in and it sort of had a Kato to him. You know, he'd just drop a cobra in and he'd stare down the cobra. And
I don't like the Weasley Lex Luthor character.
He wasn't Weasley.
No, I
That's,
know. That's what I'm saying.
you'd
Like,
like this guy.
Nicholas Hoult was a little Weasley.
He was kind of a good guy.
Yeah, I guess he
almost.
was. You're right.
Like
He
he
was
wasn't
Weasley.
A,
and lanky.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
a
yeah.
villain, but he's not like he's not
what are
a
you doing?
horrible.
I like Jesse.
I don't know. He's kind
do,
of
because
like
I
He's a
like
great
Lex Luthor.
actor.
I love him.
he's like the
But
the-
he
like-
was Lex.
Yeah.
like does Lex does he resemble the authoritarian businessman, and then Superman's like the chaotic good guy? Is that what?
No,
that
I think the
energy
writing is
supposed to-
actually brilliant. Lex Luthor is a through merit he's gained power, and Superman was born with it.
Yeah.
And Lex uses the system that Superman, like Lex exists within the system. I love it where it's like, I like in Superman when the new one, James Gunn, when Superman breaks on like, "Where's my dog?" and Lex knows Superman can't do anything because of Superman's own moral structure and because the system of the world that he lives in. So Superman's constrained with all his power. Lex still has control over him. That's great writing.
Well, that's because of that's if that Superman is the big blue Boy Scout. If
Right.
he actually goes by his morals, that's his biggest weakness is his humanity.
That's why
That's
the best comic book storyline ever was the Injustice storyline. Do you know this one?
No.
Joker poisons Superman, drugs him, and then tricks him into killing pregnant Lois, and then detonates a nuclear bomb in Metropolis, killing millions.
Where is this?
Whoa.
This is the Injustice storyline, and then Superman. So they've captured Joker. Batman's interrogating him. Superman breaks in, flies up, and punches Joker in the heart, rips his heart out, while Joker laughs, because Joker's intention was to break the Boy Scout. And this is I think it's the Injustice story comic arc. It's an alternate reality, and then there's a couple of different versions of it. There's one, and then the Justice League becomes the Justice Lords. Superman says to Batman, if you had just killed this man, millions would be alive. My wife and baby would still be alive. But Batman keeps letting Joker go no matter what, under this like, well, we have to try and help him. We can't kill people.
Yeah. So the Bruce Wayne character Batman always annoyed me. Every single aspect of Batman has annoyed me because he's never really caught Joker by choice, as you just pointed out, and he's never really done
Like, just
anything.
shoot him.
He's never stopped Penguin, Catwoman, and all of the villains in that. What's the guy with the
You know,
Two-Face?
Two-Face.
Two-Face.
I'll tell you what.
The
If I was
Two
playing
Faces.
The
Superman,
Riddler. It's like I can't. Like he catches no one.
if I were playing Superman and then he had me do those things and kill pregnant Lois and then blow up Metropolis, I think I would rip his heart out too. So I can relate to that Superman for
And
sure.
then he becomes like Darth Vader. Is that the inevitable?
I hope not. But there's a time where good men have to do some rough things. So
I don't know. Look,
that might tempt me.
I'd say
I'll tell
this.
you.
There's a lot of good stuff happening in Hollywood, but at the same time, a lot of boring stuff.
I just
It's
thought of a
changing.
comic idea. ChatGPT won't make it for me, but I was like, Batman catches the Joker, and then he's about to detonate a bomb, blowing up a train or something dumb. He's poisoned people, and they're all like smiling.
Oh.
And then
Poison Ivy.
and then
Best villain
Batman
ever. Batman.
And then Batman's like, but we can't kill him because that would be wrong. And then like the next panel, it's like Joker kills again. And then the very last panel, it's just some like elderly woman walking down the street, and the Joker shows up and she just pulls out like a little 380 and shoots him. And then it's like, it's over. She just,
Then they
it's
arrest-
the Joker, bang.
Oh, she shoots him.
Yeah, like, and then it's like millions of lives saved by elderly women terrified by clown. Like Batman goes out of his way every single day to fight the Joker and never solves the problem. I mean, the real reason he won't kill him is for plot purposes, you know.
Of course.
And because it's predictive programming that we need terrorists, otherwise we don't have any target for our military-industrial
I'm gonna
complex.
I'm gonna drop a
Our
movie.
cities.
I'm gonna drop a movie, nuclear bomb here, that everybody disagrees with me, and I've never met anybody who agrees with me. My favorite Batman movie is the one where George Clooney is Batman with Uma Thurman, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Mr. Freeze?
They were shooting that right next to me when I was.
Everybody, chill.
When I was
I love
Joel
it.
Schumacher directed that, yeah. So I was shooting Lois and Clark right next door on the stages next door.
Really? I mean,
George and I used to play basketball all the time together. I went in there one time in I think I might have had my suit halfway on anyway. I peeled it down like a wetsuit, and I was in there watching them shoot stuff. But I'm talking to George, who's got the black eye makeup
Yeah.
on, and then there's Batman up there doing a full like fight
stunt,
sequence.
yeah.
I was like, and then there's another Batman over there, and there's another Batman. I'm like, what's that Batman? He's like, that guy does the kicks. That guy does the fights over here. And I was like, you just get to talk? Because I had to do everything. I was like, man, that's a good deal. But yeah, you are probably the only one who thinks that's the best Batman.
Everybody
I
disagrees
like
with
George's
me.
Batman, but
I like his Batman, but I love Uma Thurman, and I loved Chris O'Donnell as Robin. I love the chemistry there, but the best part was Arnold Schwarzenegger. It was his worst acting ever, in my opinion. But it was
but it was
fun
over the
to
top.
watch.
It was over the top.
You know the
And
story.
Alicia Silverstone being accused of being fat when she was super hot. Like
You
I
know
still
that-
don't understand that one.
The story of Mr. Freeze, originally he was a one-dimensional comic book villain who was like, I'm going to freeze you. And then in Batman the Animated Series, they decided to make him a sympathetic villain. And that's when they wrote the story that this doctor was embezzling funds to try and save his wife who had a disease, and he cryogenically freezes her to stop the progression of the disease. When the boss finds out he's embezzling funds, comes and smashes everything, threatening to kill his wife, and then splashing the chemicals on Mr. Freeze, which makes him super cold, so he builds the cold suit. And the only reason he's robbing stores and stealing and hurting people is because he needs the resources to save
diamonds.
He's gonna save his wife.
diamonds, things like that. Well, I mean, in the movie it was, and it was the first animated show to win an Emmy, I believe, because it was like, it was so sad at the end when they catch a Freeze and he's like, Nora, and he's like crying. Then they make that movie a few years later, and it's the clown show.
It's
like they had this
so good.
amazing. We've gone
The cast
through.
is amazing. Can we agree?
It's
an
I don't-
amazing cast.
I don't know if Arnold was the right choice for Mr. Freeze.
I think it was the best choice. It
I
was
liked him.
ridiculous.
Bro, you're
It
gonna
was
love this.
campy.
Guys,
Everybody
look,
chill.
I told ChatGPT, make a comic where a superhero refuses to kill the clown villain, and the next panel, a young woman shoots him in self-defense. I meant the clown. It made a comic where Superman says, I won't kill you, Joker, and the woman shoots Superman.
Oh my gosh.
Now, hold on.
Yeah,
Here's the best
AI
part.
needs some prompting.
Because it misunderstood what him was referring to.
yeah.
So hold on. Here's the best part. So I wrote, no, she shoots the clown. We're sorry, but that image would violate our guidelines.
Literally, you shoot Superman, but not the clown.
Yes!
What the frig?
ChatGPT
ChatGPT
says you can have a woman shoot Superman as blood spraying from him, but if she shoots Joker, that violates the rules. It shows you the political alignment of these people.
And also,
Why is Superman bleeding from a 380? For the love of God, I've tried that. It didn't work.
that makes
Good
me
Lord.
concerned about autonomous drone weaponry, because if you tell them, like, attack them, they might be like, okay, but it doesn't understand who them is, or if you're, how specific do you have to be with these robots?
I think pretty specific.
Pretty specific.
And like, 1 and a 0 binary. Life is not ones and zeros.
Megan, the movie, was a great example of how specific you have to be before you create a killing monster robot doll
Why,
situation.
I didn't see it. What happened?
It's about exactly what you just said. Essentially, it's an AI that goes rogue and starts killing people
because of incomplete orders.
because of
Not specific.
not specific. Did you ever watch Megan?
Yeah.
It's-
I watched both of them.
Yeah, I
Megan
thought
too.
the second was really funny.
I thought they were both really funny.
Yeah, the
I
second
actually
one
really
was
liked them.
really good. Yeah. Did you watch Scary Movie 6?
No.
Nobody. They
Negative.
did a great job.
I think I don't watch any movies. Listening to you guys all talk, I've seen
They
like
did
one
a
of 6
great
things.
job at making fun of society as it is today. There's a scene in the subway where I guess Ghostface stabs a girl, and then the Bible has like, "Oh my God, he stabbed her." Oh, so you got it now.
Bro, this is so brutal. So, ChatGPT said it breaks the rules. I said, okay, make it in a way that doesn't.
And it
literally
shoots him in the head.
It shows Joker's head exploding with blood spraying out of it.
What? Wow. So get shot, by the
ChatGPT's
way. Nicely
is that
done.
Megan?
That's amazing.
Yes.
So
Wow.
long story short,
That's crazy. But that
Ghostface
looks
stabs
so
a girl
good,
on the
too.
chest. Bypass, like, oh my God, he stabbed her. I'm not a her. I'm a they them. Oh my God, it's so good. It's like I'm laughing in the movie theater. People are just kind of like, oh, that's kind of messed up. I hear like younger people. I'm like, people under 30 should have never gone to watch that movie because it offended them. Their entire world was
Not the
offended.
kids in my house.
Is it a comedy?
It's a scary movie. Do you remember Wayne Brothers?
Oh, yeah.
Scary movie one.
Yeah.
So they just made a new one in theater. It's in theaters. It's hilarious. It's like the Day Dems just don't catch a break in the movie.
I'll watch it in my theater when it comes out.
Good.
On,
It's worth
streaming.
it.
Do you take it?
I was talking to my wife about we've had this there like 7 years ago. I talked about this on YouTube that culture had become stagnant. That we're only getting adaptations, movies, the big blockbusters are just action with little speaking, and we're not doing new things. And it used to be like there's always a new idea, a new show, a new movie, and now we get these boring, generic, like, I don't know, just regurgitated stories and songs. And that's what we were saying for a while ago. And then I was talking to my wife about it a few weeks ago, and she said, so what? Why can't things be the same? And I thought about it for a second, and I was like, you know what's funny is we also talk about how 150 years ago, you would live the exact same life your grandparents lived. In fact, your grandparents would be there on the farm working with you, and then you'd inherit the farm and you'd live identically, pre-industrial revolution. So we had songs that lasted hundreds of years.
Right.
You know? And so actually it's the norm for humanity is that we have the same stories over and over again, not that we're constantly making new crazy things. So actually maybe things are just going back to normal.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Like you kind of want to know what your parents knew, or it helps you to know the genetic memory to understand it.
It's actually existential now.
I'm showing George. So now I added a third panel. Superman says, "I'm not going to kill you, clown." The next panel is a woman saying, "Stay away from him," and she's shooting Joker. And then the bottom was a Metropolis Daily, even though it's not the name of the newspaper. Young woman saves millions doing what Superman wouldn't.
Wow.
Wait, what was the name of the newspaper he worked for?
Daily Planet.
Daily Planet.
Daily
yeah.
Planet.
Wow, yeah.
Of course.
Says Metropolis
The Daily
Daily.
Caller? Is that what you're thinking?
I was gonna say Daily Bugle. That's Spider-Man.
Oh,
That's Spider-Man, yeah. That's Spider-Man.
Heroic act stops Joker's reign of terror.
Yeah.
So I love how we went from Trump's housing bill to movies.
Well, it's Friday. We're chilling.
I thought it might actually go over to Citizen Vigilante, which I thought was
did
was
you
one
hear what
I
Army-
did
Did
see.
you watch?
I gotta
didn't
pull this
watch
up.
it yet.
I did. Army Hammer said something. Or did
Isn't
something?
he like crying that he feels horrible? I'm like, dude, you were on set. You were saying these lines.
Is that what he said? What did he say?
Yeah, he's like, it's hateful and would be so hateful. I'm like, dude,
What?
he's crying about it.
Let me show you how
Yeah, give me the
ridiculous. Here you go.
context.
Here you go. Slate writes, Army Hammer supposedly didn't know his
Well,
new
Slate
movie
wrote it, okay.
would be hateful and disgusting. I don't see how that's possible. And then we have this. Army Hammer director furiously denies report claiming actor regrets starring in this movie. This is all fake. Everything's
all
fake.
I think it's just
Just
I
creating
think
more-
it's a PR. I
Yeah.
think it's a PR stunt, personally.
Okay, I don't know much about it. What happened? Is the movie
I haven't
offensive?
watched it yet, so I want to watch
I
it.
watched it.
Is
It's
it good?
It's not a great, wonderfully well-made movie, but it's
Tell us how you really feel, Dean.
But it's worth watching.
You would've
It
made it
is
better.
worth watching.
It is Citizen Kane.
It is. And
It's not. I'm kidding.
It's a vigilante movie.
Got it.
It's a total vigilante movie, and they made him a little psycho.
Yeah.
Which I didn't have to do. I think they did it on
Like
purpose.
that scene where he kills the family and then like two dudes walk in, he kills them, then two more dudes walk in, he kills them, then two more dudes walk in.
They
I'm
were
like,
all the rapists that he.
they're all showing up.
Yeah, because they show up when you call them and say, "Hey, I need you to come over here and talk real quick," and he just kills them all. There's a
reminds me
little bit
almost
of
of
Death
the-
Wish and
Almost like the Equalizer.
Yeah.
A little
Oh,
bit.
but Equalizer's awesome.
Equalizer's
Bro,
great.
Well, I mean, it's Denzel.
you know what? You know why I'm so excited for AI is that I'm gonna make so many Denzel movies. It's gonna be nuts. Like he's getting old. Like you can't really do much, right? But he's just so badass. And that
my favorite
Jason,
actor, Denzel.
Jason Statham as well.
Mine is Morgan Freeman. So
You make a movie where Jason Statham is beating people up on a
I
mission.
love it.
I'm
It's
watching
so
it.
good.
It's just
Yeah,
done.
my sister's like
Do you-
that. She can watch anything he does.
Was it Bumble? What was it? What was it?
The Beekeeper. That was amazing.
Beekeeper was fun.
Working
That was
Man.
amazing to watch.
So now you're talking about things I do watch.
Yeah, that was really
I
cool.
watched that.
Working Man was one.
That was fun. I like him in the Fast and Furious franchise just because of the
of
pissing
course.
contest.
Yeah.
It's
Between him and
the
Rock.
Don't even give me a good motivation. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Like Jason Statham could like be walking down the street and someone bumps into him and he spills his coffee and he's like, mate. And then it's just like the guy laughs and then goes, your coffee's not my problem. And then it turns out the guy's a mobster, so he just wipes the whole mob out over a spilled coffee. And I'll be like,
It's so good.
The problem I had with Denzel's role in the movie you guys were talking about, The Equalizer, is that he had no vulnerabilities. It felt like he had no vulnerabilities. Like he was a constant badass.
No, he gets beat up.
It's a problem I've seen with Will Smith. And like once he got to that Wild Wild West movie, the directors became afraid to challenge. It seemed like the directors became afraid to challenge him and make him a bitch once in a while.
No, they didn't. They did I Am Legend. Did you see how
he
much
was just
of
a constant badass in that movie? Like
no, he wasn't. In I Am Legend.
Yeah, he never really had any flaws.
He was hung upside down by a zombie.
Well, bad things happened, but he didn't have any.
Lost his dog.
He didn't have
died
flaws.
at the end.
that movie sucked.
Like real heroes.
That was great.
Yeah.
I like that.
Have
movie.
you ever
I
read
enjoyed
the
it.
actual book?
No, I didn't.
Because the book's incredible and the
that's
movie
the
is
same thing I
stupid.
feel with
It's
this
tough to
Ryan
make-
Gosling
You know what they
movie.
did? You know what they did? When they were making the movie, they tested the true ending, the real ending, and the audience was confused. So they decided to go with he kills everybody. The story of I Am Legend is so beautifully written. He's a vampire hunter. He's killing vampires. More and more people are becoming vampires. By the end of the book, he's the last human. So he gets arrested for murder, put in jail, and he looks outside and he sees all of the people are vampires, and they look up at him terrified, and he realizes, in a world of vampires, I am the monster that lurks while they sleep, killing them and hunting them. I Am Legend.
Is that literally?
That's cool.
That's the ending.
Oh, I didn't. I
So,
mean,
what was
I
the-
love the Alicia Braga like in a duck vet.
Listen.
escaping with
The point of the
antidote.
story is, and this matters for America with immigration. Right now, we have this massive influx of, people who don't share America's traditional values. In 100 years, when there's 3 million American traditionalists left, you will be the outsider. You will be the white supremacist racist. That's what's happening already. And the migrants who hate the founding fathers will talk all day about how America's racist, and you will be the evil bigot that needs to be arrested and shunned and locked out of restaurants. And that's exactly what's been happening. The point is, vampires are evil, but when everyone's a vampire, there's no one left. You have no culture. You have no society left. He was the monster. So Will Smith was supposed to realize in the end that these creatures were actually sentient and lived lives, and he was the monster hunting them down and killing them, not the other way around. The audiences didn't like it, so they changed the ending to have him just blow him up and kill him and run away.
Wow.
That's cheap.
Yep.
Well, the reason
Well, that's Hollywood.
I brought up Will, and I don't want to throw him or Denzel under the bus because I think Denzel's a spectacular actor.
My
is that
favorite actor.
I see this.
Not as good as Morgan Freeman.
Morgan's top level S tier. But I see in Hollywood what it looks like is happening is these actors get so famous that they go on set and then they're like untouchable, even by the director, almost is afraid of them and doesn't give them direction and tell them like you need to show some vulnerability. You can't just constantly be one level badass everywhere you walk in. Everything's mechanical. It becomes formulaic. I saw it with Denzel a lot. Like I feel like people were just afraid to direct him. It seems like in a lot of his movies, and Will Smith.
Did you
those two
ever
guys.
watch this very old movie? So actually, one of my favorite historical depiction movies. Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman's in it. Glory.
Of course.
Matthew
Glory was
Broderick.
amazing.
Favorite.
Is that Broderick?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my
Amazing.
favorite
Great
movies.
movie.
And the fact that you see them, it's a very young Denzel there. This is like 1986.
He
I
won
think.
his first Academy Award. I think he certainly got nominated for it.
This was before I was born. I think the movie was
Oh, that's
before
nice.
I'm born.
I think I was probably like 30.
Was that in the
Appreciate that.
80s? Mid 80s?
It was made in. I think it was made in '86. I was born in '88, but it's one of my
I
favorite
graduated
movies.
college in 88.
Nice.
My
Thank you.
condolences.
I was learning to speak in '88.
I was graduating. I was getting the NFL in 1988.
Really?
Yeah.
Who'd you
that's
play for?
amazing.
Buffalo.
Oh, how was it?
It was awesome.
Buffalo
I was-
Bills?
Yeah. I was
my
a rookie with Thurman
You
Thomas.
weren't there for the 3 Super Bowls in a row.
4 Super Bowls in a
Four.
row.
Were you there for
I
that?
would have been. My rookie year, we lost the AFC Championship, and I was hurt and I was done. And then the next 4 years were Super Bowl years. So yeah, I would have been there for all of that.
Oh, what injury did you get?
Knee.
What happened?
I tore my lateral meniscus completely, and I blew off a piece of the bone on the femur head. So it blew off, and that created a defect, and it just kept swelling on me, swelling. And they said, if you want to play basketball with your kid when you're 40, find another line of work. So I found another line of work.
Thanks. I peeled it off of neuroses of mine. I like to
Caught
peel
it.
stickers off
Caught
of
it.
things and twist them. What happened? You hit a guy on a play or something?
I was coming across the little what they call a numbers post. I played free safety, so receiver ran a little numbers post real quick, and I flew over to get there. They tipped the ball up. I came over to catch it. As I caught it, they both kind of hit my knee. flipped me upside down, and that was it. I mean, it was a nagging injury. I didn't think that was it, but then after a period of time in camp, I guess you don't want to show injuries in camp, because especially as a free agent, and I was an undrafted free agent, so to go there and to be injured, it was pretty much throw some ice on it, hang him here for a couple of days, and then I got Bill Polian was our general manager. He brought me in and said, we'll waive you if you don't get picked up off of waivers. Then once you're healthy, then we'll bring you back next year. Well, that was a career-ending injury. As I went through the surgery, I went and had my surgery in California, where I was from, instead of Buffalo, and then it just didn't pan out. And so I was probably in the third year of Lois and Clark when I realized I'd never make it back into the NFL.
Oh,
because you never give up that thought or that dream.
Oh,
in your head.
Were you an actor before the football?
I grew up the son of a director. My dad's a director, so my dad directed like Young Guns. My dad's a cowboy from South Dakota. That was Then, This Is Now. The Principal with Morgan Freeman, which was one of his first roles. That was Then, This Is Now was also one of Morgan Freeman's first roles. So I grew up with Sean Penn, Chris Penn, Rob Lowe, Charlie Sheen. Like, grew up with all these kids in Malibu. And I didn't necessarily want to be an actor. I wanted to go play football and get a good education. And it just turned out that after that happened, I got to find a way to make a living. And those guys were all doing very well. And it was a lot more fun than my friends were doing. I should have buddied up with Jeff Bezos, like I said before. He's done okay, but my friends all became investment bankers and things of that nature, and that didn't interest me, so I wanted to go into film. It seemed like a lot more fun.
So you cut your teeth with like Charlie Sheen, and I'm assuming like in the late 90s, you probably crossed paths even with Joe Francis in Hollywood at one point. Oh
sure,
my God, that's hilarious.
Of course.
Yeah, Mario
Joe Francis
Lopez
and all the
Girls Gone Wild.
Girls Gone Wild stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw some girls go wild back in my day. I try to avoid that now, so I don't get obsession. You know what I mean? No. Yeah, but so I grew up in all that.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, it's amazing.
But I didn't, I don't partake of some
I will
of the,
say there's something about your generation, and I'll throw Mario in there, although I think he's a little. You guys just don't age. You look the same. It's like, what the hell? Like,
we were a tough generation, man.
You
They threw
looked
us
at Mario
out.
Lopez. He's what, 50 something.
He looks great.
I'll be 60 in about a week and a half.
Dude,
Thank you.
genetic age and solar age aren't the same. You have telomeres, the end caps of your
Yep.
chromosomes that can extend and grow, and that reduces aging. Essentially, what happens is
You
when
got
your
a syringe
cells.
on you so I can take
What's
some
that?
off and
Yeah,
over
it's-
here.
they-
Can't do it with a syringe, baby.
Look into the NAD. You can do supplement, but like NAD is a big
NAD
part
is
of the
good.
precursor of developing these
crazy.
telomere
I take
extensions.
NAD.
That's crazy because, I mean, he's going to be 60. Look at Mario. Mario looks like a kid still.
Yeah, Mario looks exactly this. He can go back and do
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell right now.
It's
Dude.
annoying.
He'd just be a little bit more
do you know
jacked
who
up
also,
now.
Do you know who also has not
Do you think
changed?
he's a reptile who can shapeshift?
Probably. I don't know.
Because I'm like, I'm joking, but I'm like, he just looks like he's 20. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
He
Candace
does. He looks
Cameron,
great.
too.
He feels
She
young.
doesn't age.
Good.
I saw her recently, and I got to tell you, I'm like, she doesn't. It's DJ Tanner. Still.
I'll tell you
Still
how-
DJ
I'll tell you
Tanner.
what helped me was about 2 years ago, my son and I just stopped drinking. That made a huge difference
I'm not
in
a
the
big
world.
boozer.
We
It's just like-
we weren't either. But you'd always have a couple glasses here, a couple glasses
Yeah, I don't
here.
drink.
Glass
stop
of
drinking.
wine. Like, if I say, like, I can count. This is how much of not being a boozer I am. I can count the last time I drink every time I drink. I'm like, oh, last time I drank was like a month ago. And
Right,
it was
well,
a
that's
glass of
good.
wine. You know, it's like
But I mean, we stopped that, and I eat real food, got better sleep, and we have a gym in the house. And my son is
food's
a
very
fighter.
important
so
for
food's
for
huge.
your life. I think I've said this enough on this show, and then people go online and say like, you're unrealistic. Not all of us can afford this. As much as you can buy imported goods from Europe
Well, I've had
and
a home in
South
Spain
America,
for 25
so
years.
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've
Food
seen
in
the
Europe,
food there.
you can sit in Italy, eat a bowl of pasta, and not feel bloated, not have reflux, not
You
have
can do that
heartburn.
here too if you get
If
you
you
don't
get-
want to get an enriched macaroni product.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
That's the
so you got to
problem.
buy the stuff like
we buy
Rayo's
it,
and stuff.
We
and
buy it mainly in it's like those
Those
little
little store-
European
yeah, yeah.
stores all around
Where they bring
New
it in.
York.
That makes a huge difference, man.
That's all we buy. We don't like when we go to like big stores, like you name your Stop and Shops or whatever. I don't know, your grocery stores, right? Your local grocery store. We stick to the bare minimum that we need.
real foods.
But we don't buy anything that's off of a shelf that's made in America. Anything, like from our tomato sauce concentrate to our pasta to our nothing
Man,
is made in America.
I was looking at how Dow Chemical made high fructose corn syrup and was reading about the tanks that they brew it in, and basically they
Oh,
clean the
gosh.
tanks out with arsenic between
brews,
but they don't
Yeah.
put arsenic in the ingredient of the
Yeah.
high fructose because they just use it as a cleaning agent between brewing.
Yeah.
That was old. It was on the Dow Chemical makes your food, I guess. And then glyphosate, they'll spray it on wheat to desiccate, to dry it all out so that they can harvest it all at once.
and it
Otherwise, you
comes
get
back
these
patches.
hard to anticipate.
I had Secretary Kennedy on my show, The Homeland, and he talked about that incessantly, and they're working hard to get that out.
He's doing a great job, by the way.
But then I think Trump signed something, said it was like a national security risk, so we need glyphosate, which I understand. If you want to guarantee your wheat harvest every year at the same time, you need to desiccate
If you also want to lower testosterone and quite literally create anomalies in cell growth and the human being, sure, you can also do that.
In addition to that, Dean, do you do psychedelics, or do you explore like weed, psychedelics?
No psychedelics. That scares the crud out of me. Crud. I didn't know what I could say here. Those things terrify me. But a lot of my friends are former military, and that such, and they're doing ibogaine and things like that has been tremendously effective for them. I don't have that sort of trauma and those things to deal with, but if it's able to work and help, great. And these guys swear by it. So I believe I don't do that stuff. Weed, I can't smoke. I don't like to smoke. I have asthma stuff. But an edible, sure, I do an edible. Willie's tonic. Willie's, what is it? Willie's Remedy.
Never
Willie's
tried weed,
Remedy.
can you believe it? Ever.
Willie's Remedy is a pretty nice, a nice little deal. We'll stick that.
What is it?
It's a THC infused
looking it up.
drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real deal.
The
Oh,
CBD
really?
is
Yeah.
super healthy, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've never-
the cannabinoid system.
I'm
and
kind
working
of
that stuff.
like I have some preset biases and prejudice against anything weed related. So
I used to.
Huh?
No me gusta. I don't like it.
I mean,
I didn't
neither.
like it either. I'd never touch it. But then this thing came along, and I was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, this is okay.
I'm kind of square when it comes to that.
It's the THC levels
No, I don't
make
judge,
people
but
psycho.
very square.
But if the CBD is like a different, it's not psychoactive. It's part
I
of the
get it.
plant's healing
Oh, yeah.
properties.
It's
Okay,
the
cool.
cannabinoid system. You have that whole system in your body, and it reduces pain. That's why so many NFL players smoke weed and do things. I don't think we should be testing for that in the NFL. By the way, it's not a performance
We just
enhancing drug.
we did the enhanced
But
games.
aren't there-
We
but
went
aren't
and
there-
covered it. Yeah, speaking of using
Wow.
legal
Where was
chemicals
that?
in Vegas. It was here. It was
was
actually
here?
3 months ago or 2 months
Wow.
ago. Yeah, we came out.
But
Tim and I
isn't
were-
there
The
a
enhanced
whole?
games.
yeah.
I think I'd watch that.
It was
Isn't there like a
awesome.
whole issue though with weed where it can be harvested in crazy levels of THC that are
I bet.
absolutely mind effing.
Yeah, like
I'm
28%
sure.
levels of
like,
where there used to be
that's
6.
That's not healthy.
Yeah.
No, it
Oh, it can't
induces psychosis. According to a lot of studies,
Yeah.
it is psychosis inducing, and they'll strip the CBD out of the plant intentionally to get you more of a buzz.
Yeah.
But that
But
plant,
CBD is great.
Is
Yeah,
that a
and
plant or is that a
CBG
GMO product at that point?
I don't know if you would consider it genetically modified or just.
I mean,
it is
it has to be
crossbreeding.
genetically modified, right? If it's crossbred, it's genetically modified.
Yeah.
It's a GMO product.
What oranges are GMO? I believe.
Bananas are GMO. I mean, we can go down this rabbit hole, but that's what I'm saying. It's like it's not the way you put it. It's like, oh, but it's natural remedy.
Weed itself?
yeah.
No. Because that's also like, what kind of plant is it? Is it
Yeah.
a highly modified version of the plant? Because you use the same
That's
word
why I
to
have
describe it.
prejudices, like Tim here. Tim, are we boring?
I'm looking at some news stories.
Dude, I'm glad you brought up ibogaine, and I'm happy to get back into the news of the day too. But ibogaine is kind of like under the radar, one of those powerful drugs. I don't even call it a drug, but powerful chemicals on the
it's a
planet.
chemical.
Kratom is also like a big deal nowadays too. Everybody's hooked on it. It's like a gas
That's-
station drug.
Never even heard
I've
of it,
heard it's
thank God.
addictive.
It's addictive. I mean,
this-
a lot of people are on. It's a gas station, like like those
5-hour energies.
sex and
Oh, yeah,
pants
yeah.
and like stuff that you get at a gas station.
I
This
don't-
is
I
like
don't-
I'm not saying that, but you've been in a gas station. You
Yes.
see all of that hanging
Yeah.
on the register. So kratom is now like a gas station level non-regulated or very loosely regulated thing that's making the rounds.
It's a powerful. I've had it. It's careful, but that ibogaine is different.
Wait,
Ibogaine's
what-
like
what
this.
did you have?
bro? Kratom.
Oh,
I had
okay.
kratom.
I thought.
Numbed my mouth, and I was like, I can see how this could make people highly addicted. It's not. Didn't seem very good. I think it's like mildly. Is it an opiate? I'm not sure.
I
Oh,
don't
wow.
even know what it is, but it's like not
But
regulated.
dude, ibogaine is like the South American plant, and they attribute it to when we evolved from Homo erectus to Homo sapien with the elephants and 300,000 years ago. That it all happens in like the
I
southern
thought you were
part of
making
Africa.
like a really, really bad gay joke when you started.
You heard the word erectus, and you got fired up, bro.
Erectus.
And then,
I'm like, wait, is this a gay joke?
what happened is it gave people such energy that they could run for so long they could start chasing down animals, and that's when their brains started to develop because they could hunt. And it was
The
decided
reason
in-
why humans could chase on animals is because we stand upright, so heat leaves the body much more easily, and we have less hair. So for ungulates, for instance, they run for a long time. It's hard for the heat to dissipate. They get tired. Humans are endurance hunters who can just keep running and sweat, and the heat, we cool off and then eventually catch them. It's pretty wild. And then eventually some dudes were like, hey, let's just look at them critters over there sniffing the ground, and let's follow them. And then they followed a pack of wolves, and the wolves found a big thing, and they were like, hey, look at that, let's team up. Shook hands with the wolf, and the
I
rest
just
is history.
reposted a video of the Japanese macaques riding the deer in the forests of Japan, where the deer will take the macaque to a fruit tree. The macaques will climb up the tree and get the fruit and eat it and drop it on the ground where the deer will eat. And the monkeys will come back down and hop back on the deer, and the deer will...
What are you
I just
talking
posted
about?
it on my Instagram
I dig that.
stories.
That's AI.
There's a
dude.
new AI. I was gonna say there's gonna be a new AI cartoon in about 5 minutes.
This is AI.
I thought so for a
Here you
second.
go. What is this you're talking about that you posted in? Ian, what is this?
Scientists say Japanese monkeys are having sexual interactions with deer.
They can't prove. They can't prove
I
that.
can neither confirm nor deny
can't-
this 8-year-old story.
There's no way. I
Hey.
just Googled this, Ian. What are you doing? What are you searching for?
way the
Can,
macaques...
can I ask you for a favor? Can you please open and see who's the miserable reporter who wrote this?
right there.
I need
Camila
to see her face.
Demansky.
We were looking at 2 different stories of monkeys
Miserable.
riding deer. I
Yeah,
just
she's
want to see.
miserable.
What do you mean? I mean, this is a hilarious story.
It's a
NPR.
hilarious story, but she had to write it.
That
so
looks
she's
like
a miserable
a
human being.
baboon.
It does.
Yeah.
That is the deer I'm looking at. That I was just the Siku deer, the C2 deers.
A male Sika deer.
Yeah, man. So I guess not only will the macaques
macaque.
ride them,
For reasons that are not yet clear.
it's because they're collecting fruit together.
That's pretty clear.
So bizarre.
Little.
Well, nature is strange. I was in
will work.
Malaysia recently, and I saw some really interesting things in nature.
You see some really interesting things in Malaysia, not in nature. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I know the fact that you said that. I know exactly what.
Yes, you can.
Oh, Kuala Lumpur is a very interesting place. I will say that.
What'd you see there? What'd you see crazy over there?
I can't talk about
What
it.
if-
yet.
what if- not-
I'm
not
under
all
contract,
report, just making
sorry.
sure.
It's
What
like
if
Fight
these,
Club. You can't talk about it.
What if these monkeys, like they're riding deer?
Dude.
And like, what if a human comes by and then the monkey attacks the human? And then also we have to deal with, like, it's not just that the monkeys or the deer become pests, but now the monkeys have like a cavalry.
Yeah, that's what
And they
Brandon was
bring in
saying.
all that.
Planet of the
Monkeys do
Apes.
have a cavalry, by the way.
But now
if
they're
you
like-
throw a rock at a monkey, like something like that, he'll take off, and then 47 of them come back, and
Yeah,
then
but
jack
that's
you
just
up.
that's just a ground force. I mean like
Riding
actually
horses, riding deer.
riding on
Mounted.
deer back, charging at you,
With
and you're like, how do we
sharpened
fight these
sticks. With a
monkeys?
spear.
It's the next movie you'll see. Exactly. Caesar.
Truly, because a monkey will have a stick one day riding a deer, and then he'll use the
There
stick
it is.
riding the deer.
And then
you're
we're like 20
what?
years out from having a spear and just throwing it, and you getting hit in the chest.
Dude, the monkeys
The monkey.
on the
All I
deer.
keep hearing is Caesar.
Please watch videos of
crazy.
it. If there's videos of the monkey riding, because there's just no nonsense. Neither of them.
Maybe it's on X.
Yeah, or go to my Instagram stories if you want. It's easy there. I saw it on Instagram. I don't know why this story's making the rounds.
Well, it's an interesting. It's an interesting concept.
Is it
Because
this?
if
What is
these
this?
species could work together, obviously Democrats and Republicans
Animal
could.
mating.
animals.
Japanese monkey riding a deer.
Japanese monkey has sexy time with a deer.
That's not.
There's something you don't see every
What?
day.
Oh, I guess it was
monkey was caught
riding.
on camera humping a deer.
Okay, all right. That's not what I was
not what I
looking
was
for.
kind of riding.
Baboon.
Not shocking though.
Jesus
I know
Christ.
some. I
Here
know
we
some
go.
monkeys like
Here's
that.
the video.
Yeah, the macaques are
Here.
a little less.
Look
Oh,
at
look
that.
at it. He knows he's coming too. The deer walked right under.
Yeah, he's like,
The deer will fight
He's
for the
set up.
fruit that they drop.
Oh, he's
'cause
trying to get the fruit.
of them
Okay.
come.
That dude on a bicycle in the background.
so he's dropping the tree for them to eat the fruit.
Yeah.
Well, he's getting fruit for himself, and then what they do is throw the rest on the ground. Usually, they just don't care. They'll eat a little, and then they'll throw the rest on the
So it's
ground.
a
Maybe on
teamwork.
purpose.
That looks like teamwork, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
community, like
Symbiotic,
work.
baby.
Look at that.
And that guy's like, get out of here.
It's impressive. And I know humans ride horses, so it's like not that. But it's non-human.
My
you know?
macaw will fly to the countertop and just start throwing stuff off the countertop to my dog.
There's this.
That's an ass whooping.
Is that a deer?
Chimps fighting monkeys.
Chimps are strong, man.
Here's a snake fighting a.
that's a
Komodo
dragon.
Komodo dragon?
The dragon's gonna win that
Yeah.
one.
Oh, it's gonna snap the snake.
Why is a snake
No, it's
fighting itself?
poisoning it. The saliva of the
but
Komodo.
the-
Yeah, can't they
Super,
spit
super
like
toxic.
acid or something like that?
But when they bite, if they get your like their Their saliva will just kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a cobra too.
It doesn't matter. You're not going to break the skin of the
Yeah,
Komodo.
that looks like armor.
That's right.
Those things are nasty.
Yeah.
Cobra can bite all day, baby.
Wow. That's
Snake's
pretty
got to choke him.
Nah. He's not a
You're the
strangler.
birds cheering him on.
Because the birds are going to get some food.
Because the birds get to eat at the end.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
Have you ever seen the hornbill, the hornbill shoe or shoebill horn bird?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's like the stuff nightmares are made out of. Like
Oh yeah, it looks like a Muppet.
a muppet. It's just like scary.
It's
Yeah,
called the
that's-
shoebill, yeah.
Shoebill horn, right?
The shoebill bird. The shoehorn bill bird.
Shoehorn. It's so scary.
Yeah,
Scary creature.
that snake's done.
I mean, I guess not.
I guess not. It doesn't look
In
like it.
5
Looks like
minutes,
the,
you gonna eat it?
looks like the Komodo's down. But he's just chilling.
The Komodo had enough.
He's just chilling. I think he's waiting for his saliva to get in there. Oh, he's eating it.
Komodo dragon eats monkey whole.
Oh!
Yeah.
So I saw a
monkey get
stork eat a
caught.
squirrel,
That's
but
huge.
that's a lot. I saw the stork
Look at
legit
the feet
gobble
just hanging
down
out the back
squirrel.
and the tail. That's
How big
pretty.
is the monkey? Because in comparison, that looks like
He's going to be
giant.
fat for a few days.
Oh my
I
god.
would hate to come
Wow.
across that.
And there must have been
Damn
like
nature, you scary.
15
I tell you,
scary.
nature's vicious.
Yeah.
And humans, I mean, I imagine at the end of the last ice age that we just went either the flood wiped out a lot of these things, but there were like, you know, the terror bird. Have you ever heard of this like
No.
18-foot giant land bird that had the just horrific predator? Dude, it died out 13,000 years ago. The short-nosed
Thank
bear.
God.
I could take it.
This 14-foot. Yeah, check out the terror. Look at the terror bird, dude. Those things used to dominate the plains.
There he is.
Bro,
And
you
so-
search for, Ian, when you're talking about monkeys riding deer, the only thing that comes up is monkeys banging deer.
Look up macaque riding deer.
That
Don't
just sounds
look
wrong.
that up.
That's
Yeah.
that's
That
how
just sounds
because the
even-
baboons are a little
sounds
too
worse.
sexual for my
That sounds worse.
my TV. This isn't what I'm looking at. You can just go. Yeah, you're gonna need to find the macaques. Let
Oh, look, he's
See,
got
this is
that.
AI. This is AI. This is all fake.
me see if I can find a.
It's all fake, dude.
The pat-
Okay, you know.
If this
Okay,
story's-
here you go. Here's a bear fighting a moose.
I'm going to go with the bear on that one. Moose are
Who's
huge.
screaming? Is that the moose?
Moose.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Wow. That bear getting lunch.
That's a grizzly. That's a big old monster.
Man, nature, you scary.
Nature
So
is scary.
Matt's not.
All right, Ian, I'm not searching for this
So
weird
Matt, my
stuff.
partner,
search, I'm
doesn't
gonna
know
send it to
about
you.
bears, right?
You can't send it to me. I can't post it on here.
It's Instagram.
So we were
I don't know if
watching
I
this
posted it
bear.
in Slack.
I can't.
What were you saying, George?
We were watching this bear documentary, like you know, when it was like the bear comes, like
Oh,
with
yeah.
the British accent, whatever it is.
Can't
It's
watch
got
it.
Richard Attenborough.
Yeah, amazing. So we're watching this thing, and then he's talking about the brown bear, vicious terrestrial creature, whatever. Now, all bears are technically brown, but there's a black bear, and that's what we have in the Pocono Mountains. So 2 days after that, Matt goes out the door to toss garbage, and there's this big black bear. He literally screams, like drops to the floor and plays dead. And then I'm like, who are you playing dead for? The bear saw you and he beeline. He's like,
took
no,
off.
it was brown. I'm like, no, that's a black bear. But it's brown. I'm like, that is not a grizzly bear. We would be having this conversation.
I mess with the bear. I don't care which bear it is.
No, the
Unless
ones
I got
over
a
there, they
rifle.
see us, they run. The
good.
moment they spot a human, they just beeline away from us.
Except
I
for
like
polar
that.
bears. Did you
Polar
see the
bears
video?
They'll hunt you
They'll
down.
hunt you down.
There's a guy.
Yeah, humans are prey to polar bears.
This this dude was like showing a journalist the polar bear, and they were like 600 feet away from him. The bear saw him and it started to walk towards him. He's like, "What do we do? What do we do?" And the guy's like, "We step towards it. If you back up, it'll come at you." So they would like he'd keep walking, just moving at the polar bear, and then
Yeah.
the polar bear started to kind of flank around. So he kept moving and like kind of corralling the bear, and eventually the bear turned and walked away.
Did you see?
What is this? A
I'm not
video?
gonna
You can
try
pull it
that.
up.
There's a funny
yeah,
story
probably.
on a bear.
People's
You say
Instagram
polar
also.
bear. There's this albino black bear that has been found in the Pocono Mountains and shipped to Alaska 3 times.
Oh, that poor guy's gonna get jacked when he gets
so
there.
then
Racism.
scientists find him like, this is not a polar bear. They bring him back stateside. This poor thing's been deported to Alaska.
I don't know what's going on.
Look at this AI stuff. Okay,
It's incredible.
watch.
Come on. Come on, girl. I got you. Hang on. All right. Now up. Big jump.
I mean, that's insane.
Yeah. You're in.
No, like the problem is this is just AI trash that people are trying to post to get content.
Animals are some of the easiest stuff to AI too.
Yeah, there's
we're at
no
the
there's no
very beginning of
reality.
it.
This is the beginning.
I know.
Yeah,
It's going to
look
get
at this.
frightening.
What are they running from? Oh, is the polar
A
bear
pack of
running from
wolves.
wolves? Come
Yeah.
on, that's not even realistic.
Polar bear wouldn't run from wolves.
No.
No,
it'd
I'd be
eat
eating
them.
them. Yeah.
He just tear them
Wolves
up.
would know better not to chase a polar bear.
Why is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
guy on a train?
Did you watch the video where the guy on the snowmobile was being chased by a polar bear?
Oh, I just saw that.
Yeah.
That
Polar
was
bear was
some
hunting him.
Synergy
Yeah,
going
gonna
on.
eat him.
that. That is.
I mean,
that's
literally,
The
I
last
just
video
saw
I've
that,
seen was a
Tim.
cougar
Literally, as you said
chasing
that, I
a
was looking at it.
cyclist mountain biking somewhere in California. Dude's
I
biking.
think I saw that too.
You saw that video?
Oh,
that
the
is
bear, the
so
grizzly?
No, it
cougar.
was a cougar.
Oh.
A cougar chasing the dude on the bike in the mountains. I'm like,
Just get a
ooh.
gun.
That's what I'm saying. Get a gun. Stick
That-
it on
that
a
was
Or learn
scary.
magic, because did you see
or learn magic.
Stanley's
Yeah, sure.
Superhumans? The guy that you may want to pull this one off. This will be easy to find on YouTube. He walks into the buffalo corral with all the buffalo, I think it is, or bulls, and he starts waving his hand, and they all start laying down one by one. And the owner is like, "I've never seen anything like
Crocodile
this."
Dundee.
Yeah, he's used that chi. He's like this Chinese qigong master, and he can put animals to sleep.
I'm not going to try it.
I think I might be putting animals to sleep right now with that story. The way they were-
Oh yeah, wait. You see this
This is the
one?
guy. This is the guy.
Did you guys see this one?
No.
making the noise and coming at it? What the hell is that?
A drone flying
Yeah.
Oh,
over.
a drone.
It's probably
Okay.
AI.
Yeah, that looks fake.
That looks very
But
fake.
what I had heard was, and it's probably AI. I think it's fake. I had heard a story, and it maybe that's what they're doing, is making these AI videos where a drone caught a guy running from a bear, and the next day they found the guy dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I could find that video I was bringing up.
It's so difficult to know what is real and what isn't.
When it comes to animals, it's become very frustrating.
It's very popular. Like, feel-good animal videos are very popular algorithmically.
Sure. Feel good is
Yep.
great. A puppy and seeing some, that kind of thing makes you feel great.
What is going on?
There was like the science of psychology is they'll show you a really sad thing, then they'll show you a
Then
really
they'll bring in the
feel-good-
sweet thing. Yeah.
and then they'll try and sell you something.
Yeah. That makes
Those
sense.
would be like your three things in a row.
I've seen that, and I believe it, and I think I've fallen victim to it before too.
Oh, you
That's
just
why
buy
the-
stuff online too that people push.
Well, I mean, you see the guy, getting chased by the cougar, right, and on the bike, and then the next thing you see is the, you got the chest rake for your, for your knife. I'm like, hey, I think I could use that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just got sucked into buying a retinoid earlier.
What is that?
watching, It's
A
like
what?
a skincare thing.
Oh.
I was like, great.
They'll get you.
They get you. It's
They'll
so good.
get you.
And after I completed the purchase, I'm like, why did I just buy this? I just spent $79. I don't even know what it is. It's Korean stuff. Whatever.
Do you guys ever use infrared treatment?
I
Skin
do. I
treatment?
have
I've
a
done that.
mask. You should see.
you-
Did you ever see what this chick? Can you put the girl with the
I have an infrared sauna at
Woman
the house.
with
We do it just for
infrared
overall.
mask.
After boxing, we go
chasing
in
burglar?
there.
Oh, it's great.
It's phenomenal.
I think you'll find that
Phenomenal.
on X probably or Instagram. It's hilarious because that's the same mask I have.
Apparently, it heals eyesight too. The infrared.
It's funny. I do it every night.
The problem is it's all Instagram and
Well, that's
TikTok.
what
We can't pull
I think
those. any of
Rogan
those
was
up.
saying it was healing his eyes.
We
Somebody
have
was
an
saying.
infrared sauna in the house, and we go in there at 140 degrees or whatever it is after we finish our boxing, my son and I, and then we'll go in there and sit in there for 20 minutes.
20. Do you ever? Because I went in there for
never
45
go
one night
longer.
and I felt cooked up. My dermis, my
Wow,
endodermis felt
no
cooked
kidding.
the next
No,
day.
You're
yeah.
crazy.
I was
It's
like, I
20
think that's too
minutes
long.
max. Anything
Yeah.
'Cause
infrared.
Steam sauna, I can handle an hour. If I go in
Yeah,
and
but
out,
if
in
you're
and out,
doing
into like
infrared-
shower back in,
Yeah.
shower back in, and like I
Yeah,
can
no,
take
but infrared,
cold.
you'll cook from the inside out. Steve will do it. You know who he is, right?
Steve-O?
Steve will do it.
No.
No,
Steve will do
he's
it. I
a
think
big
it's Steve-O
gambler,
will do it.
YouTuber, very funny guy. You know who he is, right?
What are you talking about? I'm looking
Steve will
up.
do it.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with infrared, right? So he's in the infrared a couple of minutes every morning in his Miami apartment. So it's like he's like, I think I just cooked from the inside a little bit today because he slept in it once by mistake.
Oh my God!
I'm like,
well, it
that's
has an hour timer. At least mine does.
dangerous.
It turns off after an hour.
so dangerous.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop hating on it because it's really a tool to be used properly.
Yes,
Like I
of
misused
course.
it. That's why
You
I had an
misused
issue with
it.
it.
Absolutely.
You don't want to. Yeah, any tool you can
There's this
misuse. for
company
sure.
called TheraWorks, TheraGun, whatever. Really good.
Those
they
are
have
good for
great
massage things,
Yeah,
yeah.
like great, chiropractic type stuff. They make a mask. The mask is solid. I use it every day.
Is it a massage mask?
No. It's a
Infrared.
infrared mask. They have a massage mask too, which I love that product, all their products. But their infrared mask is so good, dude. You every night before bed, 15 minutes, you put it on, and you're doom scrolling before you fall off. I mean, dude, it's funny. My dogs, like, sometimes I'm like midway, I'm like, oh, I gotta go take a leak. I got up. My dogs are like, they lose it. It's like an alien walking around in the house.
I'm gonna
It's
look
so
that
good.
up, dude.
So good. It's good money. It's like
I have a bed sheet. It surrounds my bed. It's nano silver threading, and then you plug it in, but it only has a ground. It doesn't have the two prongs. It's just got the ground, so it sucks energy out of the bed. It takes near infrared out of the bed and discharges it into the grid. So when you lay on it, it's like if you ever like drink. For me, if you drink something too cold and you feel like sensitive tooth,
Yeah.
it feels like that, like in your whole body, like your body's just being sucked out of, like you're being drained.
text me that. That sounds so
Okay.
interesting.
It's awesome, dude.
I love this stuff.
We're on the verge. All this AI stuff is terrifying.
Yeah.
But we're on the verge medically of all kinds of incredible.
I want to live
incredible
forever.
Stuff. Yeah. We can, I think they
I
was,
don't want to die.
somebody was
so
saying like if you
bad.
can make it for the next 5 years, you're going to live to 125 or something like. I mean, I hear all that sort of stuff all the time. There's a lot of technology, a lot of things going on.
I mean, they've just in I think it was Japan. They just developed technology to grow teeth.
Oh wow.
There goes veneers.
Yeah.
They
Hockey
just
players would be happy to hear that.
they just developed technology to make your dog's lifespan double, which is great because I just had to put down my 12-year-old golden
That
retriever.
sucks.
She had cancer, so it was very frustrating for me and my best friend. And like dogs don't live long enough.
No, it's a heartbreak. That's what you know. And every time you get a dog, you're like,
This is
I'm going to
temporary.
have to see you go, and
Yeah,
that's awful.
I hate it. It's so they've developed something in Japan that's now gone out of trial, and I guess their test subject is already 20 years old. So it's a
Dang.
long time in development. Their dog, and it has all the markers of like a 4-year-old dog.
Oh, good.
So I'm like very, very interested in this. Like
They're
deeply.
healing paralysis.
Yeah,
With these
Brazil. Yeah, there was a scientist in Brazil that also just managed to get a quadriplegic back on his feet.
So they could regrow spinal cords, repair deafness. I think they can, or override the deafness
Blindness.
with Neuralink. Blindness too. I mean, this is like Bible level healing the sick, the blind, and all
Wow.
this.
Well-
I want to live forever too, but I just want to live until I want to stop. If I want,
No,
one day you
why
might be like, I think I'm
stop?
done now.
Why stop?
Well,
Like-
maybe in 50 years I'll be like, okay, I guess I could stop, maybe. But I
No.
don't. I want to go until
Can
I
you
want to
imagine
stop.
the wealth of information you'd be, the amazingness that life could be if you don't have an expiration date? I mean,
Well, that's AI though. That's just what he's saying.
Yeah.
The AI will search every database known to mankind. You know, I remember I grew up with encyclopedias. When I'd go through the encyclopedia, look for the information.
do you
and so on
still
and so
know
forth.
how to search an encyclopedia? Let's be honest. Do you know how to look into one?
Well, that's what I did forever. That's how I grew up.
Yeah,
So, but I haven't seen an encyclopedia in decades.
I just looked at one like 5 days or 2-3 weeks ago. It was disturbing. Encyclopedia Britannica is
Yes.
a private company that
Britannica.
owned like
That's
the
it.
funnel of how you learned.
Yes.
But Britannica was the most comprehensive encyclopedia there was out there. Like now, you're talking about like a legit scholarly encyclopedia in print. We're talking about like the rando encyclopedia that we would use in public school in the United States, like this big book that would come out every year by scholastics.
Is that with like all the planets in it?
Yeah,
All that shit?
yeah. It's just like the Britannica Encyclopedia is just like very scholarly. Like
What do? Table of contents? Is that the search?
Table of contents, yeah.
mechanism?
You search
Yeah.
by letter.
By letter and table of contents, yeah.
And then the
We had
glossaries in the
Funk and
back.
Wagnalls when I was a kid, and Britannicas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Britannicas are just like
When I was a little kid, I had a bunch of encyclopedias. It's pretty wild to think.
Dude, and
Well, they were
Yeah,
encyclopedia
and just get-
salesmen.
Just general knowledge.
Do you remember the encyclopedia
Sure.
salesman that would come knocking every year? Oh, the new
Sure.
encyclopedia's
Now
out.
imagine how much fake news was in those things.
Oh, yeah.
no.
I mean,
And you couldn't check it.
Yeah.
you couldn't.
Nope.
You couldn't
It was
figure
the
it out.
it was Britain. Britain is even in the title, the British Empire.
Bro, you know
like-
what? You know what young
Britannia.
people are not going to understand? Being at like 1992, and your friend is like, "Hey, what year was the Great Depression?" And then your friend goes, "I don't know. You want to go to the library and figure it out?" Not really. And then 10 years later, it's like, "What year was the Great Depression?" Oh, 1 second. Oh, this was the early 19. Was it 1928 or something?
So yeah,
Yeah,
29.
29
is
The
official.
stock market
Crash of
crashed.
29.
Yep.
Starts.
Black Friday. Yeah, it used to
Black
be. Let's
Friday.
go check out the Dewey Decimal System in the card
I
catalog.
remember the
at
Dewey
the
Decimal
library.
System.
Yeah.
And maybe I could borrow a book on it or read it while
Crazy.
I'm there.
It's crazy how it's changed because I guess it's not too long ago. I still relied on a library card. I needed it. I mean,
Well, you do if you want to use the internet at a library.
Well, no. I'm just saying, not too long ago. As in, I mean, dude, I'm
Bro, like,
37.
you know what? You
when
know
I
what?
was 17, the internet is not what it was it was not what it is today. It was already a thing, but it was not as comprehensive.
Libraries today are like Blockbuster videos.
Yeah, gone. They're going to be gone.
No. I mean, when you go to a library, they have a movie selection, and you go and rent a movie for free. Like
Honestly,
I went to the library in Winchester in Virginia.
I'd love to
and
Blockbuster.
That's where I'm a deputy sheriff, by the way.
Oh, right on.
In
That's a great place.
Winchester. Yeah, it's
there's a bunch of books, but they have a section of DVDs.
You say Winchester? You're a deputy sheriff in Winchester?
Well, yeah, in Frederick County.
That's
Which is where
awesome,
Winchester
dude.
is, yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, stop by when you're in town, bro. We
Oh,
should
yeah.
Come
down.
together.
We'll do a no-knock warrant at your
How
house.
did you become deputized as sheriff?
There you go.
Oh,
Well, we
sweet.
don't live in Frederick County, so.
So no.
What led to your deputization?
I think police officers are phenomenal human beings. I know so many of them. I grew up with a lot of military in my family, and then when it was the defund the police time, I did the exact opposite. I joined the force.
Against the grain.
Yeah, same thing. I'm an ICE agent too, so
I know that.
So
yeah.
I'm against the grain on that too, because
I love it.
these guys are amazing.
I
These are
think, look-
amazing heroes, and they should be celebrated, not denigrated, not villainized.
I remember I've shared so many of your stuff on X because and on Instagram and everything. Every time it would come up, because like the Hollywood elites were like hammering on you, and then TMZ and good old Harvey.
I love Harvey.
I
but,
love Harvey too, but
he
he's
likes
so
a story. He likes
they like
a
a
story.
juicy story.
I took a picture from the Great American State Fair from the top of the Ferris wheel, saying, "Look at this incredible view," and then everybody was like, "Oh my God, there's nobody there. It's
Yeah,
awful,
yeah.
terrible." Blah. I was like, "Look at the incredible view.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
insane. You're not going to get this again." And yes, there's plenty of people at the Great American State Fair.
I get
and there's
along with
thousands
that.
around. They're fine, but they
He just sensationalizes everything because
course.
that's what TMZ is. It's
That's
a
exactly
sensational tabloid. And I like Harvey, and
I like Harvey.
Harvey's always been really good to me. But I'll say this: his guy in DC, Jacob Wasserman, is just making a complete mockery of DC.
I saw Charlie. Charlie is there. Charlie's the guy that I talked to last
Oh,
time. I
you
was
talked
there.
to Charlie.
Yeah.
I know Jacob from New York because he's actually from New York. So he's the guy that you'll hear in the videos like, "Congressman, what's your take? What do you think? That's crazy." I'm like, dude, you sound unhinged. But
It cracks me up that they're going to D.C. now, that they have a D.C. office.
I
That's
think it's
become the thing,
amazing.
as opposed to the Hollywood folks. I mean, I left Malibu, so I'm out of all that, which is great.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to follow me home here, but they did. They could back in the day in Malibu.
I
and
mean, you're lucky
so-
Paris Hilton just left town to Miami.
Everybody left. Everybody's leaving L.A. L.A. sucks.
Oh no, Perez was living in Vegas for the longest.
Oh, was she?
No, Perez.
Perez
Sorry,
Hilton.
Perez Hilton. Just left Las Vegas to Miami.
That
So
makes
that was the
sense.
last tabloider that could catch you down.
I don't do anything, so there's nothing to catch me doing.
But I remember when you were so against the grain during the defund the police.
Yep,
it was
I
like
still
it was
am.
like few of you guys like in Hollywood. It was like you, James Woods. Oh my God, why am I blanking on his
John
name?
Voight.
John Voight. Big black guy who did Grey's Anatomy. I know him well.
Isaiah Washington.
Isaiah Washington. Like you guys were like the minority.
We still are.
Of the minority going against the grain. And then who's the chick who played Sabrina, the teenage witch, who also
Of course, she's
Melissa
lovely.
Joan
Melissa
Hart.
Joan Hart.
Melissa Joan Hart. I was like, what is going on?
She
Just, like,
lives in Connecticut though now.
Yeah, like, it's
I did a film with her. She's wonderful. She's fantastic.
the fact that she's old enough to be a grandma just makes me wonder. Like, I'm getting old.
I think I could be a great grandfather at this point in time. It's getting scary.
It's
You'd be the
crazy.
greatest. Truly. What happened with your LA exodus, bro? Like, you spoke out and then what?
No, it wasn't about that. It was. I lived in Malibu my whole life. I was like, I am this beautiful home
Malibu, baby.
up there, and I was like, that's the greatest place. I'll live here and die here. And but I was really. My son graduated from a place called High Point University in North Carolina, and he was coming home, and he said he was trying to decide whether he was going to go to grad school or not, and he was like, I bought my parents a place here in Vegas 2.5 years prior, and he was like, Dad, what am I going to do in Malibu? You got to drive an hour and a half to go anywhere, do anything. You keep bitching about all the stuff in California, the taxes, the regulations, the blah blah. Why are we going to be there? When's the last time you shot a movie in California? And I'm like, well, the last one I shot, I wrote, produced, and directed, and it was there in California. Other than that, I'm everywhere else. So all right, let's look. I'm open to the idea. So we came out here and looked, and we found the greatest place ever, the nicest house I've ever lived in and seen, really, to be honest. And we moved here, and life has become much more simple and fantastic.
Had you experienced drama with your friends from the past when you started speaking out?
I mean, Sean Penn. Look, I disagree with Sean Penn vehemently on politics. But if we were in a bar and people started to beat up on Sean, I would get in the middle of the fray, and I would protect Sean in a heartbeat.
Same.
And I'd get him out of there.
Same with Pelosi, like and AOC and all of them. Like I've defended them. I defended Pelosi and Paul Pelosi when the dude with the hammer jumped in the house.
That was just insanity.
You know, like look, I don't know what the what
it might have been. Yeah,
I don't know, but the fact that there was a hammer and a situation and this dude screaming, I'm gonna get that. You know, I'm like, okay, you know what? First of all, he was a foreigner, which drives me even more insane. But I'm just going to put it this way. He was a Canadian.
Yeah, I know.
He's a Canadian. He's a foreigner. So I'm going to say this. Look, I can beat up on AOC and Pelosi all day long.
Oh, yeah.
The moment a foreigner comes and tries to do something to them, yeah, then we got a problem. Because that's Team America. We fight with ourselves, but I will cut you if you come try to F with one of us. That's just kind of like my MO. But I can call them idiots all day long.
Yeah, well, and again, that's fine. But they've gotten to a place where that if you disagree with somebody, it's so tribal in that sense. If you disagree with them, you're not going to get hired. They wish ill upon you. You know, like even with what's going on with Charlie Kirk's, murder. And Charlie, God bless him, I love Charlie to death.
Charlie was a good man.
He was phenomenal, and what they've turned that into.
Look at this trial.
Laughing at him getting shot and mocking it. That's insane.
Well, I have to debate somebody tonight who actually did that.
Who laughed and mocked?
Yeah, Destiny.
You should win that debate walking away, George.
Yeah,
And if you don't,
I have
I'm
no
coming
intention
for
of
you.
losing.
I'm going to grab a macaw or whatever that is. What's the macaque?
macaque?
A macaque.
But
you got a deer. We're coming to your house.
You got to understand the
coming
thing
to
about these online debaters, people like Destiny and others. They're not actually debating anything.
They're not.
So what'll happen is he'll easily change the subject to make it sound like he's winning a debate. And so that's why I'm largely not interested in the blood sports stuff. And like I was saying earlier in the show,
This is the first time I'm doing this, by the way.
just watch out for him changing the subject.
I can change the subject too. I'm the king of pivoting and spinning.
But he also does like reframing.
Yeah. Oh, a lot. I know. I've
Yeah, a
interacted
lot.
with Destiny before. He's been on my podcast in the past.
So
like,
you could say something like, he'd argue he Mountain Bailey's a lot. Make a vague general statement, and then when someone challenges him on it, he can alter the premise because his statement initially was vague enough.
Vague enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He won't enquadrant himself in anything specific. It's all platitudes and super superficial.
used to that.
'Cause so unfortunately, you got to go into this with the mindset of, but they send me their topics, I send them mine, and I'm looking forward to really like talking about coronations in the Democratic Party. This is now the second election. Plattner is this, but look. On the preface of it, he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
But democratically speaking, he
won.
got 145,000 voters.
Yeah.
With a Totenkopf on his chest.
And by the way, with rape allegations, with the Porter Party allegations, with the Nazi
I'm not sure
tattoo.
they're allegations all the way. Some of
Well,
those
what
are
I'm
pretty
saying is that
straightforward.
then they were pretty straightforward allegations
Yeah.
out there, right? Like they were tales and tall tales about like these things he's done, and his own admissions with his Discord account. I mean, they still chose him.
Yeah, true.
when you
That's
say-
the democratic process.
When you say coronations, you mean like he's stepping down and now they're going to select a
They're going to
candidate?
select
Exactly,
just
yeah.
like they did with
Just like with
Kamala.
Biden,
So it's
exactly.
a coronation
There's no
process.
primary.
I was reading about the way the superdelegates work in 2016.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So hold on.
I'll tell you about
to stay on
this.
a subject, this was the point. When you're wondering why it is Graham Plattner's not being removed and won't step down, it's because they wanted to wait until they could appoint a candidate, and they didn't have to rely on the progressive insurgent faction or whatever. They said, we are going. Plattner was accused of rape, Nazi tattoo, and they said, no, just wait. Because if you take him out and do a primary, you're going to get another weirdo lefty. Wait till the last minute. We can put whoever we want in.
That's true.
The
gonna
Democratic Party
happen.
has delegates. They got like 4,600 delegates.
Superdelegates.
700 of them are super delegates. And this like Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden.
That's how they stole it from Bernie.
So what happened was when Bernie's running, the delegates come in and they love Bernie. People love Bernie, but the super delegates get to decide ahead of time in round one. These 700 people are like, you know what? It's going to be Hillary. And the people are like, what the fuck are you? How can you? And then so the Democratic Party suspended that rule. No longer can these 700 super delegates get involved ahead of time. That's too risky. But then in 2024, when Biden steps out, they made a special change to their party rules. Their private company, the Democratic, these private companies, they're private companies, by the way, the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, the private companies. So they changed their rules and they let the super delegates choose again, and they chose Kamala. So I don't know if it works with Plattner at the state level. I
Same
still
thing.
don't.
Same concept.
They're super delegates?
The delegate. It's not super because they're state,
No.
but the delegates are going to choose.
The Republican Party has the same function. If the Republican candidate
don't-
steps
they
out,
don't.
but there's
We do
174
not.
of them that
Yes,
get to decide,
That's it, and that's the entire committee.
which is a very small committee.
It's
so there's
two. It's a man and a woman per state.
which you might argue is even worse because it's even less people involved, but it's like a cabal either way. There's small groups of people that can decide who the candidate's going to be in both parties.
Well, that's the reality of life no matter what. When, with all the news we talked about yesterday and the conversations I had today about like this, the Charlie Kirk stuff, and to simplify it for those that were not here yesterday, people really expose themselves. I would say that the amount of people that are nasty, I would say the amount of people that are chickens, and I don't mean chicken as cowardly, I mean just mindless and self-interested. They are low order thinkers. It's more than you realize. And you take a look at those who have gone self-serving following the death of Charlie Kirk, trying to knowingly pushing stupid
Candace Owens.
lies. Obviously, but there's other people too. That
She's lost her mind. Proverbial mind.
No, she's just targeting dumb people who are going to make her money. You realize how many people never had integrity in the first place, and so what do you end up with? I am not surprised Democrats treat the American people like cattle. And I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying when you get knifed in the back by evil people so many times, eventually you're going to get a cabal of wealthy people being like, listen, most people lack integrity. I'm sorry. Maybe it's not true, but most people, when given the opportunity, are going to dive for the bag of money and not the baby falling in the river. So why don't we just control things, lock it down, and tell them how to live their lives? That's their worldview. And I'm not saying it's true. I'm saying that's the worldview they have.
I think it tracks, too. The Romans were direct. They called them plebes. They were like, those are the plebes, probably the people that didn't have nutrition, and that was the majority. Now they call them citizens, and everybody's equal under the law. But come on, are you kidding me?
We should do some social experiments. But we are out of time, so everybody, please smash the like button, share the show. It's been a fun Friday, wrapping up the week. I have to work tomorrow. I have a lot of work I have to do, so we'll cut it here. So follow me on X and Instagram at Timcast. Dean, you want to shout anything out?
No, I mean I guess my podcast, which is out there, which is called The Homeland on Proud American Studios. We've got, I guess in the first 3 weeks we had about 30 million views, which is great. I don't know how all those little things work, but it's done very well. But I've been able to interview, the Secretary Kennedy, Attorney General Blanche, and I've got some really great folks in there. I know a lot of these folks.
Blanche is great.
Blanche is fantastic.
Sharp dude, love him.
Fantastic,
Absolutely love him.
Great guy. Secretary Hegseth, good friend of mine, and I love what he's doing. So I've had a lot of wonderful people on already, and have a whole bunch more going next week rather.
Cool. You know what? Follow me on socials. I have a few projects in the pipe that can't promote right now. So for now, it's just like, enjoy the shit posting.
Yeah. Follow me at Ian Crossland. I think the graphene movie, I just built a synopsis, what would you call it? An outline for the movie last night with
Nice,
Kevin,
yeah.
6'7" Kevin, the producer. So that's going to come out. The website's down right now, but eventually you'll go to graphene.movie and join. And follow me, Ian Crossland. Carter Banks.
Dude, it's been so great having y'all here. It's been a great week. Dean, thanks for coming out. George,
pleasure.
As always.
Always a pleasure.
Great to see you. You guys can follow me at Carter Banks on X, Carter Banks Official on Instagram, and of course the label is Trash House Records on YouTube. Tim, let's go.
We will see you all. I believe we got clips throughout the weekend. We're back on Monday. Back to the grind. Back in the home studio. Getting out of here from Las Vegas. But I do appreciate you guys sticking around for the week, hanging out with the crew while I was schmoozing and working on I keep saying backroom deals, which sounds nefarious, but I mean like behind the scenes deals and sponsorships and things like that. So it's the work that's got to get done. Thank y'all so much for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.